Yet another brand new day, another wonderful brand new day. Not just a brand new day, a brand new week, and not just a brand new week, but a brand new month. And exactly, we have come to the half of the year, 2026. Just imagine we started off. I mean, the a low part of the year, and now we gone into we gone into half of a year. So we are 2026, and 6 months have gone. Today is the first a first day. Okay, let me see if I can get this stuff going up. Is it a little bit okay? Yeah. I'd like to welcome you again. All right, to yet another brand new weekend and a brand new week and a brand new day and a brand new month. We're starting the week of fresh, and I said I'd like to welcome you to 105.3 Fokat FM. This is the Frontline and on Fokat FM, the modern encyclopedia of professional broadcasting in Liberia. It's always a pleasure. It's always a pleasure to be on this sacred intellectual pedestal. We see this as an opportunity to be here from Monday to Friday to talk about those very topical issues that matters in the country. As a matter of fact, we have been opportune to have reached the 6 month of the year, and the year have going to half. So right now we're going to be counting another 6 more months to contend with. It is a golden opportunity to be counted among the living. I'm very excited to be alive, and excited to be alive, and by His grace and mercy to have come half of a year. A lot of people were desiring to be a lot of people are desiring, as a matter of fact, to see the 6 month and moving onward and more than that. But death have taken them away, and we are among the living. Some are in the hospital, some are very very sick and can't move. Well, yeah, we are. I mean, we are alive, kicking and running, and it's not because we are perfect. It's because of His grace and mercy. God Almighty have kept us alive, and I'm very, very overwhelmed to be here again on this wonderful first day of June 2026. So we'd like to thank God for every opportunity affording us, every opportunity to be alive, everything that God has done for our lives and have kept us thus far. I'm very, very, very happy about that, and we are all happy to see the 6 month of the year. We know that God, in His infinite grace and mercy, the God has started us. Will never let us down. Our God is not a God of an unfinished project. So I'm very happy to be here on this first day of June 2026. We are counting days, we are counting. The year can move so very fast. Just the other time we was ushering into 2026 and transitioning from 2025 to 2026. Now we are currently in the 6 month, and as I stated clearly, we have in addendum to it, we have a 6 month to wrap up, and it's got to be God to take us through. While many people are falling and dying, yes, and I have stated that for the record, we are not better than those who are falling sick or who have fell already and died. And so I'd like to welcome you. Welcome to it. This is a sacred intellectual platform, the front line. We got a lot of things on our plate. We going to be talking about a lot of issues that matters to the country. I'm not alone here. I'm here with my compatriot, K. Landon Talkbar. And Landon, I'd like to say Happy New Month to you. Wish you well in the new month, and God blessings as well. How was it on last evening? How was your weekend, by the way?
Well, Barkley, good morning to you as well. Good morning to Liberians. Good morning to those of you following us via the online platform, and that is the social media profile, social media or handout or hinder, and that of our YouTube page, including those of you listening to us via our web radio. We want to particularly appreciate you for your commitment to what you do. You know, it is because of you we I always hear. Good morning to Eric Palo Collins. He's following from Accra, Ghana. But the weekend was generally the weekend was generally good. Just like we are in the cold season, so one way or the other, one way or the other. Sometimes I become, I get affected by the
Yeah, the
cold.
cold.
But
Yeah,
in spite of the situations, we have to double up. In terms of pledging our commitment to the kind of job we do. But it's actually a very good thing to always be here.
yeah. It is actually a very good thing to be here, and it's good to have you. And what you look for the new month, we today is just the first. I mean, we crossed over many months, and we're going half of the year right now.
You,
We
you know,
are the 6 month,
you know what,
obviously.
one of the things about the year is that whenever we steps into a new year, there are lots of plans and so forth. So it is about time. I think most people, they may have established a particular set of goals. Maybe usually when you are doing it, sometimes people measure their successes of the year on a quarterly basis, attempt to review their progress on a quarterly basis. Sometimes people look at the year, they partition the year into two equal parts. So now that we have ushered, or we are enter into the 6th month of the year, people there are other people who tend to independently assess their level of progress and challenges and so forth. But it's actually a very good thing for as we transition in a brand new month of June. And I wish, I look forward to more opportunities, and I look forward to God's choices, blessings upon my life, the life of my friends, the life of our country. And we want to see Liberia. For me, I'm a patriot, right? I love Liberia far more than any other countries in the world.
Yeah.
In spite of what is happening in our country, I think this is the only country that I feel far more, pleased in terms of living. This is the only country so far the people can say this is the only country we cannot be deported
Yeah,
from.
yeah, you're gonna be tip of the front.
Yeah.
All right, yeah, it's good to hear that from you, London. Myself excited to be here, and from the weekend, it was a very nice weekend. I'm happy. Yesterday was a wonderful time in church, concluding the Mother's Month and having a Mother's Day program. Even though on Saturday I was excited about the Champions League final that took place on Saturday in Budapest, and my team. I'm an Arsenal fan, and we lost the game to Paris Saint-Germain through a post match penalty. And I saw a lot of your bullying comments on the social media as well. Yeah, so I told you as a no comment, but the game was a penalty game. Anybody can win. It was a very competitive match. First 45 minutes ended in favor of Arsenal, and then in the latter stage, in the 60 plus minute, PSG came from behind and found the equalizer. It ran on to the end of the match. We went for the first 15 minutes extra time, and then we went for the last 15 minutes, ended one or draw. Went to the penalty kick out. Arsenal have three shots score and lost and missed two penalties. Ebrigi Eze missed the first penalty, and then Gabriel Magala of our staunch defender also missed the last penalty. So PSG won the game from the spot kick, and Arsenal is going to regroup and return. I mean, I like to lift the hope of all Arsenal fans. It was a very good game. We thought we have won the match, but I saw besides the comment, I saw other people making posting and the man know I'm an Arsenal fan, so they start posting all kinds of things against Arsenal. But that's the game, and that's the game. You either win or you lost. So at least we won the Premier League this
But
season.
I said before the game on Friday, when we had the Friday, you dedicated a portion of our show
Yeah, Arsenal. Yeah,
to Arsenal. You know, and I was telling you that Arsenal does not have the athletic ability to overpower, PSG, because I emphatically was looking at the field of play, the
yeah,
chemistry being demonstrated. I know very well that Arsenal is noted for going, for killing the cow, but in terms of finishing the cow and showing that they have the cow distributed for celebration, Arsenal is not noted for that.
yeah. I mean,
I can go on providing you a historical trend about
Linda.
about some of the surprising instances in which they have given Arsenal a bloody nose.
All right, you're right about that, and I can't disagree with you further because we lost the final, and but at least we won the Premier League, and the good thing about it, Landon, is that we are going to come back. I mean, PSG, they had a very they had a very good game. They had tactical control of the ball. We defended well. Only at the 11th hour, we had a slip in, and the goal was from the spot kick penalty, rough tackle, and the referee, allow that to be a penalty and the score from the spot kick. But Arsenal put a very good fight. I'm pretty sure that next season, Arsenal is going to consolidate and come back stronger. I know that next season we will win the Champions League. The Premier League is not going to be released just now. Arsenal is going to hold the Premier League for a real long time before we relinquish it.
But what do you think? What do you think is the contributing factor, or was the contributing factor that led to the defeat of Arsenal?
Well, I think Arsenal deploy tactics to defense and play on a counter. They were playing long boys, countering using a counter, and you saw from the start of the game, uh, the early stage of the game, there was counter. I mean, a deflection, a deflector ball that Kai Havertz make use of. A pass came in, we got the goal. So we were not more attacking than defending. We scored early in the early hours of the game, and we defended, and we could not defend to the end, even though our tactics were using were very, because we defended up to the 60 plus minute before PSG came and scored. So they had control of the game. After only coming out once in the blue moon, and some of the chances we had, we didn't. I mean, we really didn't even match it. One of the things I thought that when Arsenal, when we enter the last for the 5 minutes, there should have been some changes because Bukayo Saka was not at his best. He had a very very difficult time. So you saw when Arsenal substituted Bukayo and brought in Wadiki, he came in and he was taking the ball to the PSG defense. In fact, there was a rough tackle on him in the box, but the referee said it was a rough tackle, so it was not a penalty. So I thought that Bukayo Saka should have been substituted, and then few other substitution uh, should have been made, but then the substitution was made at the 11th hour. At the time, PSG have already had a goal. I thought Ateta wanted to make the substitution around the 80 or 70 minute, but then when the people score right away, he was tactical. He made the changes. It took the team. Yes, the post penalty games anybody game.
Mm.
Yeah, our the first kick was Victor Eucharist. He scored the first penalty. You know, PSG scored yes, and then the second penalty was scored. I think the third penalty was Aborigi Easy.
Mm.
Easy kicked the ball, and he didn't kick the ball on target. He kicked the ball and he missed the penalty. I mean, the goalkeeper never saved
The
the
man was
penalty.
only playing. He was only
But
playing
I
to. I
knew
think he was being overwhelmed by phobia.
no,
The
no,
man
he's
got.
not. He's not a good penalty kicker.
He's not a good penalty kicker.
Yeah, you have a history. I mean, the last final I saw a easy kicking penalty for Crystal Palace. He missed the penalty. So before he got on the ball, I told Kazu, I said, man, the man don't have a good record that I know of kicking penalty. And he proved that he missed the penalty. Uh, Arsenal, David Raya came back and made a brilliant save to equalize and put the team in the game. Again, the fifth penalty that was should be scored by Gabriel Magala. He was overconfident. He kicked the ball far away, and we lost the game. So I mean, that's a penalty game. Anybody can lose it. We are not discouraged. At least we have something to brag about. We got a trophy. People say after 22 years, at least we got it. We are going to get prepared next season after the World Cup and pass some quality out to the team and make ourselves prepared for next season. And that's why I think that's how it went. And I mean, congratulations to all Arsenal fans. All Arsenal fans. Some of the people who are mocking at Arsenal, uh, their team, like Chelsea, the Chelsea people were throwing jabs and laughing. But Chelsea is not even qualified for Champions League. They perform far below the belt. I thought Chelsea people would be in solidarity with Arsenal for English, solidarity. But you guys were, some of y'all were just showing yourself and all kind of thing. Look at Chelsea people. Yeah, you're supposed to come and support us. Solidarity. I didn't know where it called solidarity. You're laughing at all. But anyway, that's the game. I don't expect Chelsea to people to always mock us because Chelsea is almost like a whipping dog for anytime we meet Chelsea, we can flog them. Anytime, every tournament we meet Chelsea, we can beat them. So Chelsea, I mean, some of the Chelsea fans,
No,
the amount of frustration they were frustrated, they had nothing to do, but they wanted to
but
find solace in something, so they
in,
decided
in,
to.
in in spite of your flimsy justification, in spite of your flimsy justification, if had Chelsea gone to the final with PSG, it would have been,
Chelsea, I don't want to.
Chelsea has a history, Chelsea has a history
Yeah, but you're
of
not
not
prepared.
losing,
Yeah, yeah,
grand final.
Chelsea is a tournament team. You are not even prepared this season. You suffer a lot of defeat, and you had changed. The problem is that you had changed a lot of coaches and all that. I don't know. I heard that they are bringing Zabi Alonso to take care of the team, but I'm not too sure that you people even do well next season. So let's watch and see how it goes out. Yeah, Elendo. Yeah, so we can talk the issues that matters. Well, there are a lot of things happening in the country. As a matter of fact, we like to register our sympathy, our condolences to the Tume family for the loss of Ivan Tume. Ivan Tume is a young guy who lived just a few blocks from our house. We've been told that he died yesterday in service. He collapsed. He died in service, and he was rushed to the hospital. It is considered as dead upon arrival. And I have opened up on the social media. I've seen a lot of posts. A lot of posts. He was a young guy who had a desire, had contested in electoral district 9 before,
Mhm.
and he lost the election. And my understanding is that he was gearing up to contest 2029. Yes. And unfortunately, he passed off. I'd like to extend our condolences. As a matter of fact, even to me, is my neighbor. We live in the same proximity. I live
Neighborhood.
yeah, yeah. I mean, I live a few blocks away from his home,
Mhm.
and it was a sad moment. I was asleep when I came from church, and I heard a very loud crowd outside in the neighborhood, and then I realized that I people were crying and tried to go and check, and then I was told that Ivan Tume has passed off. So that was a very strange news because he appeared to be normal and all that, but people can be normal and these things happen. What the circumstances around his death, why it's not been established. I've not gotten any details on that. Whether it was a pressure, I mean, a lot of people were suspecting that. I've been told just on the night ago, before his death, on the eve of his death, he was having some kids in his fence and distributing catch to them. Only to hear that the next day, Sunday morning, after service at about 1 to 2 o'clock, uh, hearing his sudden passing. Death is inevitable, London.
Obviously,
Death is inevitable.
very unexpected.
Yeah, and the death is untimely.
Hmm.
Is untimely, and to die when people die is one thing. Because for me, I'm a believer. I believe in the Bible. I'm a very staunch believer. So I don't believe what hurts me. I don't have problem with people die, you know. But when you die premature death, the way you die, the Bible have give us a specific time,
Yeah, time.
yeah, to live, and if you die premature death is what that death is premature, and it's a sad moment. He was a young guy, not even in his 50s, not even, I think he should be in his 40s, and maybe in his early 40s, even die. And so it is a sad moment for the family and the nation. I've been told he was with this yellow machine stuff and all that,
Hmm.
working on a lot of things, and it is a sad time. And to the people of Matadi and his immediate family, I'd like to extend my condolence to you for the passing. The news has shocked the entire community and the nation as well. Obviously, you see his photo inundating on the social media. Rest in peace. And it is a time, but there is no promise for tomorrow, Linda.
Obviously,
There's no promise for tomorrow. All we can do with our lives, and that's the reason why when I see people fighting for money, fighting for power, because you don't have your own life. And realistically, Linda, we are in the end time
obviously,
now, and the world in the end time. These are the kinds of things you see. These are kind of premature death, people dying. And can you imagine that more young people can die more than even the older people? Yeah, yeah. Most of the people that die are young people. Some of them not reach nowhere yet. They're dying, and the older people are still alive. So we are in troubling times. But again, the Bible promised that this place is not our home. We are in transit. This is a transitory period we are in. So as believers, and we know that you will die, and what next? When you die, there should be what we call eternity.
hmm,
A lot of people will not want to believe that. There are street thinkers, there are other people who are Islamic scholars, there are other people who are Buddhists, depend on your religion. But
hmm.
believers believe that because Jesus promised us, say he promised us in my father's house there are many many mansions.
Mansion.
Yeah, and so we look forward. We look forward that um, peace be unto his arches for the following of him. I know that there will be details surrounding the arrangement of his passing as well. So yeah, so Landon, let's talk about what is the trending issues we got today. Even though we had a lot more to talk about our team. I mean, I talk about my team, and then we're going to talk about some of the issues in the country. Normally, reflect some of the trending issues are happening in Liberia. I've been told that we have a list of guests coming in today. I hope they could come in within time. Yes,
Yep.
yes. But before I'd like to commend the Liberia Electricity Corporation (LEC).
Mm.
Why is it true that we are here on this platform and critical about the government? I think we are in the the rainy season,
Yeah, the rainy season.
and the rainy season brings a lot when it comes to the consistency. I have I admire the consistency. I wish that the way the rainy season looks like this, and the LSC seems to be regular, very consistent. I'm pretty hoping that one day in the dry season we can experience uninterrupted power flow.
That's in trend.
Yeah, the same trend. I mean, I like to commend. The last time we heard that Mohammed Sharif was to be someone, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And all that. I think our district eight representative Prince Thor,
Yeah, Brian Stoll and several other
several other
lawmakers
lawmakers.
who back the
Yeah,
communication.
back to communication. And you're right about that. And today we have we're having the flow of electricity. I was amazed by waking up in the morning and just seeing the light and all that on still yet it looks very pretty well. I'm hoping that the dry period could look like the one day in Liberia. I know that Liberia will get there. They are working and we hope that they can continue on the work and beyond the rainy period in the dry season as well.
But Mr. Barkley, many people in Liberia who had, to a larger extent, aware of the different trends of electricity, they really don't appreciate the Liberia Electricity Corporation during the course of the rainy season because they know very well that during the course of the rainy season, that is when LEC it is at its best in terms of
Yeah, we had to.
providing providing electricity at a very satisfactory level, because that is when the hydro gets overflowed.
Yeah,
But during the course of the dry season, that is when we experience a kind of a drought
the rain.
within the hydro and so forth. But I don't know as to what are the folks at the Liberia Electricity Corporation, because one of the things we consistently heard from them was that there was a kind of a problem with the two of the turbine at the my coffee hydro. I don't know as to whether that issue has been resolved. But I think years and years out, we continue to face, some kind of a problem with the electricity issue in our country. I was just thinking as to whether a particular government can come in power where even if the government, the government may not score 80, but at least when the government tries to significantly entirely permanently address these issues about electricity outages in Liberia would be very and very, very, very important because there are a lot of Liberian businesses, several other businesses that need to survive. And imagine running your business on generator. Imagine running your business on solar. You know, I think the government needs to create an enabling environment for businesses to survive. Why we are very, very upbeat when it comes to attracting investors in our country, attracting investment in our country. The government needs to be the government needs to be very committed in terms of changing the paradigm shift of our country.
Yeah, you're right, and I think it's a gradual process too.
Mm.
While we look forward for the government, the aspect of i- i- sorry, I have this. Sorry. You can continue from there. I'm having some distraction.
Yeah, yeah. So yes, it is a very good thing for the government. There are priority projects. There are priority projects. We know for too long. There are several other things that we know of here because we live in our country, Liberia. We know the various challenges we as Liberians are confronted with. So if we are confronted with it, what more about the people? The people who live who come from different countries along with us.
Yeah,
Yeah, so yeah, those are priority issues. Those priority issues need to be dealt with. And the issues about electricity and also need to be. This is something that the government need to work towards ensuring that we have a reliability when it comes to electricity in the country.
I think you're right about that. I think the issue of electricity is a concern, and you know the significance of the LEC, the power energy, when you experiencing the consistency of electricity. Most importantly, in the dry period, uh, it is of concern. The government must do everything in its power to ensure. And I think the Unity Party government can make an impact when they work around in solving the problem, basically in the dry period, because it is often that in the rainy season,
Mhm.
you experience some consistency, and all the government need to do is to work around what they can do in the how they can work around in the dry period. One of our major problems over the time, our major problem, not one of our major problem right now, is how can we expand the energy sector in order to have a relief if it comes to the generator. I mean, when it comes to current and all that, and consistency, because mind you, what it does is help to open up the investment market, and promote Liberian businesses and foreign businesses as well. Liberians can I mean harness a lot of opportunity and explore a lot of things when we expand on the energy sector in our country, which I think that Mohammed Sharif and the rest of the team, the LEC, the pedigree of quality at LEC seems to be pretty well. Just that the problem over time, government has been laissez-fairely trying to handle the LEC problem, but if we can work around it, if we can have much consistency in the dry period, then we can do a assessment of how we can move from that stage to get prepared for the dry season, how to maintain the consistency. At least if we are not very consistent, but to some extent we can have some leverage, because in the dry season it is very, very, very disgusting. You barely get anything doing with electricity besides running machine, and to run the machine is very expensive. The last time I heard them talking about solar farm and many other alternative measures when it comes to the energy sector. I heard them speaking about that. I thought that that would be complementing the Liberia Electricity Corporation in terms of power generation to the country. We need to work around it. I think the president and need to see how best they can work out the necessary modalities. If the necessary modalities work out, to see how best we can have the expansion of the capacity of the energy sector, and the consistency of electricity. That will lessen the burdens of the current economic hardship in the country. They will also create an opportunity for Manwata to have a cool water and business, and somebody who is not working can get involved in something that would be very meaningful for the country, and it would be able to help solve some of these problems. So it is very important to look at that sector, and look at the sector very keenly, and see how best we can expand. But for now, I think yes, in the dry period, it seems to. I mean, rainy season, it seems to be very good. We're looking forward that they be able to continue with what they're doing, work around how they can strategize in and ensuring how we can work on it in the in the dry period as well.
Obviously. Yeah. So yes, over the weekend, former President Ellen Johnson Sirleaf expressed some very grave concern over the ongoing roadworks at the Rabat International Airport. She highlighted the urgent need for the completion of the Rabat International Airport, describing the pathway or the corridor as an international gateway to Liberia. So she has something to say about the need to exert expediency with respect to the construction or the completion of the Rabat International Airport. The road leading to the
Yeah,
Rabat
yeah,
International
yeah.
Airport.
She's right about that. The road.
Currently, the status of the road is a dual carriage road. That is to say, um, it is a two-sided road. That is to say, when when you are going to the Rabat International Airport, you use another side. When you are coming from the Rabat International Airport, you use another side. So the road is spacious enough. So equally so, there is a lot of money being expended towards the construction of that particular route.
Yeah, and the rule is they give anybody who come in the country an impression.
Obviously.
Yeah, the Ministry of Public Works, that rule have been working on from the CDC government, right?
Mhm.
They started that initiated and never completed it because they could not complete the tenure. So now the Unity Party, I mean, the larger part of that route was done by the CDC government, the past government, and government's continuity.
Mhm.
So she's speaking about the progress of the road in terms of the possibility of finishing the road. I think it is very important because
Mhm.
from the Rabat International Airport, any foreign guest coming is a gateway to the country. They can make an impression of from the Rabat International Airport and the road there. So I think yes, I mean we think that the Minister Giddings got need to double up
Mhm.
on the road. Is an international road. I can say it's an international road. It makes a lot of impression for the country. We need to work around how we can widen the road and complete the road project because it's very essential. And we need not to overly emphasize on the significance of that road. I really do not know right now. The last time I traveled, I mean, the last time I went on that side was being a little while now. I went to Marshall, but I'm not. I'm hoping that the Ministry of
Public
Public
Works.
Work could, I don't know to what extent right now, but I'm hoping that the Ministry of Public Work could do further and trying to speed up the road work. I don't know if there is a current standstill. I that's why I say I don't know if there's a standstill. But what it apparently appears to be like the process is supposed to footing is dragging which one of the company is it East Construction Company that is responsible for that for the building of that road? Let's research it
Mhm.
and find out the which one of the company that are currently you know taking the initiative to work on that road right now because yeah the former president is right and I mean somebody was say oh Ellen went in power for 12 years she didn't do it while she's talking now but I think it's not because she's in power for 12 years but since those who are currently in power can better do what it can do for our people.
So
What is the
yeah,
name of the company?
yeah. So East International Group is the one
Yeah.
constructing or involved with the construction of the road. So the road is from the ELWA to RIA Highway Expansion Project. Is international. The company was awarded a contract to expand and rehabilitate the approximately 45-kilometer highway from ELW Junction to Roberts International Airport. Report indicated the project is being implemented by Instant International with the road being upgraded into a full-lane dual carriage that will include bridges, street lights, and other modern road infrastructure. The project has faced delayed has faced delayed and has been the subject of orders and public scrutiny regarding cost
Yeah.
and implementation. But the Liberian government has stated that construction is expected to continue towards the completion.
So
So,
yeah, I mean, it's safe enough, and the former president was quite correct
mm,
because according to our research,
mm,
there have been delays, and there was no reason given why East Construction and I mean I mentioned East, and you researched it pretty well to understand that East was the one is the one responsible for the road and the delay that rule is an international rule. If there is a delay, as we learn, there's a need now that they kickstart the project. I do not know on what basis the delay, on what backdrop the delay have come from, but realistically, we need to see how best we can. The government here to see how best they can work around and finding a way out to speed up to expedite the process and so that the route can be completed. It's an international runway from our only international airport and moving all you to ELWA and moving to GS0 and other places. We've seen the roads on that side look good, but I mean the last time left on that side, I don't know why been the protracted cause of the delay and it's taking a lot of time. That how government can feel on some of the projects, because if you have a budget allocated for a specific tax, and the bidding process went on, and each construction company is that company that is overtaking the project, you have done a feasibility studies. The feasibility studies is like you estimate,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, to understand all of what it entails to get the road completed, and in the space of time. Now, you must have a time frame allotted after the assessment and the feasibility about when the road will be completed, because you don't want to be embarrassed by international guests coming to the country, and you seeing the road is done halfway.
And
Yeah,
Mr. Backler, one of the reasons why the message about exerting expediency with respect to the constructions of the RIA road is important is because why it is true that why it is true that while we are advocating for the road to be done holistically, but it is also important that the company involved in the construction of the road need to uphold the principle of transparency and accountability. We are saying here on this platform is that they need to give prioritization to the construction of that road. Is important because that access or that corridor is a very vital corridor to our country. Imagine what kind of an impression it will send out to international people who are coming into our country, maybe investors.
yeah,
It will send a very bad message to them. It will say, "Oh, what kind of country?" Yeah, and
mm.
some of these people they read a lot about the country before coming into the
Obviously
country.
you have to read a lot about that
A
country.
country that got her independence in the 1847, and they are unable to even prioritize the road leading from their airport, the only international airport in this country, to the capital city. It sent a very bad message. So the government need to be very clear. They need to be very decisive when it comes to the completion of the road. You know, it is not about who started it and so forth. I think they need to be overly concerned about the completion of the road. The road is important. It is an international gateway. It presents a unique opportunity for Liberia. If that road is completed, the country takes the glory.
Yeah, obviously, yeah. The country takes the glory. I mean, it helps to keep us in the ambience of attraction,
Mhm.
and yeah, that is part of that should be part of the developmental agenda of the government. Yes, and I don't know why, and I should not. I mean, we should not be pondering right now why is it that the road work has gone slow. So have gone slow because according to what we are gathering, and from all indication, the way the process is dragging, it potentially can lead to failure. So, well, I mean, the government need to buckle up and make some progress, speedy progress to expedite the process. They, as I said, they are doing empirical assessment of the road and the feasibility. Following the feasibility, they have come out with duration and time. The government, there are a lot of road projects the government need to work on,
Mhm.
and so we cannot keep delaying with the major ones. The Roberts International Airport rule is supposed to be a priority project from the government,
Obviously,
and I believe it's a priority project. But now, if it is a priority project, then it should not be pussyfooting. What do I mean? It should not be dragging. We can't keep dragging it. We gotta expedite the process. If there are issues with the contractors or whatsoever things, those have been hired, and like the East Construction International Company, that need if there that I'm saying if there's a problem, there's a need for the government to negotiate, work around what it can do, so that it can complete the project, and we'll move on from another thing to another. Ever since that RIA rule has been lying in rain, and dark, it has been to a larger extent have been a death trap for a lot of people,
Mhm.
because most time people traveling coming from outside the country, uh, there have been no lights the whole road is dark,
Extremely dark.
dark, and sometimes people park trucks. When
If
trucks break down, it's parked on the road, and people are driving and to bump into trucks and had terrible accident. The last time when I checked, it was a terrible accident that led to the death of the former representative electoral district 15,
mhm,
Adolph Lawrence,
mhm,
because of bad roads,
mhm.
and not just because they were driving with
At that
speed.
time, the road was very, very tight.
Yeah, it was doing a we are administration.
Yeah, we are still
Yeah,
administration.
we are administration,
Mhm.
and dark as well. So you can have a international road leading to your airport, and send hell with a pop. We can complete the project. If one government, CDC government come and uh, could not complete it. Unity Party government in power right now under President Barkai. They have an opportunity now to conclude the project and put it behind us and start counting it as a major achievement for the government.
Mm.
And then looking at major routes again so that the government can embark upon. I think the Minister of Public Work and and other relevant authority and the government in its entirety with regards to the concern of what it can do, need to do what it can do now. Because the process is too slow for the comfort of our people. And we cannot continue. And so we're urging the government to speed up and expedite the process. The government should have the budget. They have done all the money that they put there for the budget with the money supposed to be there. They have done. They can't tell me that they have not done all of the assessment and all of what it requires, what it entails. They must have a time frame. They can't just be working indefinitely without a time frame.
Yeah, yeah.
That is very troubling. So I mean, the former president observation was in good faith. I don't see anything
Eh, eh,
antagonistic.
eh,
I
eh,
think she did it with the best interest of promoting the image of the government and also creating the possibility of a good impression for the country.
yes, the sensitivity behind all the sensitivity attached to why, when a particular project, a role such as the Robert International Airport, when a government, that's supposed to exert supervision over every major projects in the country, whenever the project to some extent is stalled because of probably an ongoing orbit or something that you need to get straight, the need for you to provide information, the requisite authority, the Ministry of Public Work, I think on a regular basis or probably on a weekly basis, they need to update the Liberian people. Because if you are shying away, in terms, if you are hiding the information away from the people, obviously you create a platform. You create a platform for people to speculate. Now that we don't know, it creates room for speculations. And Liberians are going to speculate. They may be
Yeah,
thinking,
yeah,
they may
yeah.
be thinking because this rule was initiated by former President Weah, and they will have several other to say. And this is why we need to be very decisive in terms of updating the Liberian people. How far in accountability? You guys need to update the Liberian people. The Rabat International Airport road,
And this thing about people taking responsibility. Oh, this is our government. We the one who fixed the rule. No, you ain't fixed the rule. It is a disjointed argument.
it's
Because
actually a disjunctive
yeah,
argument, more than a just disjunctive
yeah,
argument.
disjointed argument, London. Because government is continuity.
Yeah.
One government initiate a process. If the government cannot complete the process for national development, the essence is for national development. The next government continue from there and complete the process. You don't abandon. I'm not trying to imply that the government is a banner in that. But
Mm.
I'm just trying because sometimes the politician argument is far along the bus. Is too belittling to be nationalistic. To help the country development or infrastructure. It is far. It's only political. It's only politically. I mean, gratifying to themselves than the benefit of the country. Nationalists, reformists, will look at how can we complete a project, how can we improve on the project and complete the project? The way to development, infrastructure development in the country, if a government to start from one point, another government continue and continue from there. Because every government we have to leave a little mark. We
Obviously.
can't we can't say okay, the other government or doing it like this, and we come in, we will move the other people from there, we start the other project like that. We can't be disjointed. We don't That is not a national developmental plan for the country. And that is the reason why Liberia is still lacking behind when it comes to road connectivity. That is why Liberia is still backward. Go to a country like Ghana, you see Accra, or you see other cities like Kumasi and other places have been far developed when they have a massive developmental plan. And when it comes to road infrastructure, bridges and all that, they have a very massive because the government is continuity and they have a roadmap and duration of the work that will be done in the country. It's not to certify a political party establishment, but they are looking at the national agenda. Beyond the politics, is a national agenda. And until we can realize that, look, we are not, showmanship of political thing, political party thing, showmanship too much. We are not of that showmanship level. We have an obligation to create an enabling environment for our people to have a very better road corridors, internationally acceptable, so that it can be something that a lot of people will be able to understand. We have one of our guests here, Lyndon. I think been signaled they can wait a little, and we'll get to them later on. So these are some of the very important things that we need to talk about as well.
Yes. Fast forward, we have been of reliably notified by top sources within the government that they must talk about 285 yellow machines, or every other thing is now in the country. The
Yeah,
285
I saw.
pieces
I,
of earth moving equipment, you know, is now in the country. So a member of because you know that they organize a committee to spearhead the maintenance with respect to the operation of the yellow machine. And they are saying that June 29, 2026 is the day earmark for the distribution of the equipments. You know,
uh,
based on what we know, each county each county is to receive 19 pieces and 19 pieces of earth moving equipment in the country. So yeah, so that is it there.
yeah, I mean, if the machine is routine and it is done for the counties are, I mean, they are allotted each county.
Mm.
We look forward to see the kind of work that will be done. One of the things that we need to be cognizant of, a lender, is the maintenance of those machines.
Yes, the maintenance of those machines and the up
We can
and
celebrate. We can celebrate. Yes, we hope and wish the government well in regards to that. That
mm,
is a tremendous effort from the government. My thing is that, look, the government must be able to maintain those machines,
yeah, the maintenance of the equipment is very very important. You know.
because in the absence of maintenance of the machines, in the absence of a lack of maintenance of the machines, you will not be able to effectively get the work done.
Surely.
Liberia problem over the time have been maintenance. The country not maintained. A lot of things that have been put in place not maintained. Systematic flaw in our governance structure has fundamentally affected us to a larger extent. It is a good thing. I want to commend the government. I also want to urge the government to look beyond the arrival and ensure that we have a robust maintenance thing on ground to work with each county as per how they try to lay out the developmental infrastructure throughout the South political South division in the country. it would be a commendable thing for the government if you would that thing would be done with regards to improving the well-being of the country as well.
Yeah, so yes, I think we can go to the phone lines if there is nothing to further
Yeah,
expand.
yeah. I mean,
Yeah,
yeah, we can go to the lines. I think we have our first guest
yeah. So
out
let's just
here.
take few batch of
Calls
calls
and then we
and
take them later. Yeah.
mm. So the number to call is 0770 13 18. 0770 13 18 is the number to call. 0770 13 18. This is the program, FOCA Frontline, the front line of bachelor discussion. This is where we champion the issues about Liberia's progress and so forth. So the number to call is 0770 13 18. Let's take this first one. Hello, caller. Your name and where you calling from?
Good morning.
Uh, yeah, Mr.
Good
Myers.
morning, Prince. How are you? Welcome. How was your weekend? Yeah. Did it? You said it said they said it said that East International was not qualified. Yeah. Okay. Okay.
Uh,
Thank you very much. Thank you.
yes,
So Lennon, you can. Prince Meyer was the first caller.
yeah, 0770 13 18. 0770 13 is the number to call. Call and make your import. 0770 13 18. 0770 13 is the number to call.
If you're onto
Call.
the lines, yeah, if you're onto the lines, you lower the volume of your receiver, and we'll be glad to have you on the program the Monday. First, let's cross over and take this caller on the line.
Hello, caller. Your name and where you calling from? He slipped the line.
All right. If you're onto the line, just lower the volume of your receiver. We
0770 18. 0770 18 is the number to call. Call and make your import on the program. Let's take this one. Hello, caller. Your name and where you calling from?
I'm not getting the guy.
Hello. Yeah, your name and where you calling from, sir?
Good
All
to
right,
hear you.
all right.
Welcome. Let's hear you. Hello?
Yeah,
Yeah, you.
make your point,
Yeah.
sir. Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
All right,
Thank you.
thank you for
Thank
making
you.
up.
No, to lead the country. We don't want ruler. We want leader. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, sir.
All
Thank
right,
you.
thank you so much. I don't know why I'm not hearing the caller through my headphone.
I'm not getting it
Hello,
clear.
hello,
So,
caller. Your name and where you calling from? Hello. Yeah.
what is your name and where are you speaking to us from, sir? Good morning. Oh, the Ghana Intellectual Forum that is in District 4
Mount Gerardo County.
in Bernard Farm, right? Good to hear you, Gandhi. Yeah, I mean, I'm here. I'm here. Right? This is a new discovery of a home right now. Then I just gotta hold the phone up a little bit. Let me see. Gandhi, I mean, Kotiman, you come in distorted. I mean, it's unfortunate that you come in very distorted. Could you change the location and call back?
I
Yeah,
think we can continue.
yeah,
The network should be the problem. Hello, caller. Your name and where you calling from?
Good to hear you, sir. Let's hear you. Welcome you live on the front line, Fuka front line.
Mm-hmm. Mm. Surely. Mhm.
Okay.
Okay. Uh, all right.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you,
All
Chief.
right.
Thank
Thank
you a
you.
lot.
Thank you. Let's take this last one. Hello, caller. Your name and where you calling from? Good
Good morning. Good
morning.
morning, madam. Good morning, madam Paul.
Oh man, the yellow man shake me bill road now.
Thank you, madam. I mean, the madam is
I
on
don't
a
know. The
madam.
over say yellow man she get bill.
So, madam, you electric that call.
Hello, caller. Your name and where you calling from?
Good morning. Good morning. Welcome. Is this my brother Richard Barry? Good to hear you, my brother. Let's hear you. Wow. Okay. 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 Thank you, Barry. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Barry. Barry. Let's take another one. Hello. Oh, sorry, I cut you off. Sorry. Hello. Good morning, Sekou Fofana. How are you? I'm not good at you. I mean, I'm suffering from malaria, my man. I'm just trying to recover. Okay, but you rest at me on playing field. You can't see me. That's cool. Yeah, okay, go ahead and make a point, Sekou. Who do you refer to as Blamanto
Who do
again,
you
Sekou?
refer to as Blamando
Hey,
again?
Sekou, ba. You don't meditate confrontation in your hand money back. Sekou, Sekou. I pick you. Call him as it. You say Blamanto, no, go to the elementary pogo. La bureau politique. No, no, nobody will kill you. Nobody's will take away unless it's a sick. You don't think about who will come back, when I come back. Yeah, let's focus on the
The
development of the
development of the
country.
country.
Thank you, Mr. That one I need that debate for the Liberian people to decide. So yeah, leader one. I mean,
Yeah, let's just take this.
say good. Thank
last
you, man.
one.
Let's take another one. You know, we got.
Hello, caller. Your name and where you calling from?
Good morning, man. Yeah. Yeah, thanks. Sorry, man. Sorry. We know. Sorry. Thank you. Sorry. We protect the disco. We have to protect our colors. Remember, Barry, don't discuss. Barry, remember, stop attacking the Oman. Barry. Let's take another call.
Hello, caller. Your name and where you calling from? I like the energy in the voice. Okay.
Peter, Menago, how are you? How are you? Welcome to the show. Amen. And the politics, the people let to play every day. They compare the other person with the other person. The other person with the, I don't know. Quickly, Bishop. Quickly. Amen. I know. And the message is so twin and I put it on now candle. It's so twin and everybody to the side. Thank you, man of God. Thank you. Let's cross over.
All right, thank you, Pa. Let's take this last one and cross over to our guest. Yeah. Hello, caller. Your name and where you calling from? Good morning. Your name and where you calling from?
Yeah, Kotiman, you better now from the intellectual center, the Mahatma Gandhi intellectual. You are better off than Kotiman. Let's hear you make your point. Lift your point, my brother. Yes, sir.
We can't go further than this.
Yeah, my man Kotiman, I mean, today you're having a very rough route, and this is his first participation on the show since I came over And I mean that could be his debut on the show, but he having a lot of difficulties with calls. Okay, now we have to take a break. It is coming up to 9 o'clock very shortly, 8:51,
Mm.
and we have our guest Landon in the studio. Two gentlemen in the studio. They have come on the front line. On the front line, we don't take side. On the front line, we say no friend, no foe, only the truth. And sometimes people don't like it for us to talk the truth. I don't know why. I don't know why people always take offense when you're speaking out the truth.
That's
They
the
intimidate you. Oh, this will happen to you. You are against the government. Against the government. Or you're against the opposition. You're against the government. There God. So when government do wrong again, when you talk it and say you're against the government. You're against the government. You're against the government. Only because of sentiment. Only because somebody got some, yeah, you feel like you should not but we're not against the government, man. We are Liberians, and we deserve better. So we know what we know what we deserve. We know what we want, and why should we live a better life? Okay, Landon. Let's move on to the guests. Are they on microphone? Just give me the
yeah,
number of the
yeah. So
guests.
this man is on microphone number four,
Number four. Okay.
five on the other side there.
Okay. Number four and number five,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah.
Number four and number. Okay, this is number four. You are on number what? Number
I'm not on number three.
three.
Number
Okay,
three.
so you say number four
Number four and five.
and five.
Uh-huh.
Okay. I hope I'm getting this correct.
Yes, 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 yes.
All right, so we have two young gentlemen in the studio. They have come on the front line. Now you can hold your calls. We'll take calls later on the show. Maybe, but then when we come to the last segment, we got to talk about Dr. Christopher Dupenya. All right. I think we're having a tweeting in the microphone sign.
Yes, I can.
Is
I
it
can
better?
set it.
Okay, set it from that side. Yeah. No, is it from my? It's not. No, it's not from my microphone. Yeah, from the headphone. Yeah, callers. I know you're calling right now. I'm still getting the feedback. Uh, am I going to take this down? I'm not getting it again. The feedback has disappeared, and I don't know what is the cause of it. But anyway, um, let me see. This no. Okay, all right. You think everything is set right now, Leno? Okay. Yes. Okay. Still good. Mohammed Khan, if you're out there, come and help us to see what we can do. What we can do. Let's see if we can get Mohammed to help us. I don't know where is the tweeting feedback coming from. But gentlemen, I'd like to welcome you guys. Good morning, and you welcome. You like to state your name and your organization and why you are here. We start with the guy with the regalia or the beret.
Thank you very much. My name is Joseph Putinka Jr.
Aye, okay. All right, let's go ahead. Go ahead.
Thank you very much. My name is Joseph Putinka Jr. I am the national spokesperson of the Economic Freedom Fighter Liberia Student Command.
Oh, the economic freedom fighter of Liberia. Wow, that's Emmanuel Gangwe's generation of young agile lord, right? Yeah, it's good to have you. You say you are what?
I'm the national spokesperson of the EFL Student Command.
Student command. All right, that's good to hear that. I didn't know they had a student command. Really, yeah. And so we have another young gentleman too. You like to state your name and
Yeah, first of all, I'd like to say good morning and good morning to our listeners out there.
okay.
I am Ishmael Dugle, the National Secretary General of the Student Command or the Student Movement in the EFFL.
Okay, the student movement. Mohammed, are you monitoring? Are we clear? Okay, okay. You say come again with your respective portfolio. These are young gladiators.
yeah,
These guys are interesting
I'm the
young guys.
National Secretary General of the Student Movement or the Student Command. We like to say the Student
The student command.
Command of the
All right, all right. It's good to hear you. It's good to hear you guys. You want to tell us more about the student command and a little history about it, and why you choose to join a radical movement of the economic freedom fighter. what are the conviction? What convicted you guys to join that movement as well? I'll start with Ka.
Thank you very much. The Economic Freedom Fighter Labrador Student Command is a revolutionary arm of the
Correct.
EFFL that comprises of conscious students of the Republic of Liberia. We decided to join this movement because we are fighting for economic freedom in our lifetime.
Economic freedom.
And we are also struggling for academic freedom in our lifetime. And we believe that the EFFL possess the ability to provide a sustainable struggle for this case.
So let me ask you, what make the economic freedom fighter student command a revolutionary? What makes you a revolutionary group? What do you understand about revolutionary, being a revolutionary? Yeah, I'm asking you a specific question.
Yes.
Because you introduce yourself and you say you people are revolutionary and all that. What is your understanding about who is a revolutionary?
Very good. A revolutionary is a person who understands the basic needs of society and struggle to change it. A revolutionary is a person who understands the dialectical materialisms and historical materialisms of the social economic conditions of society.
All right. So that's your understanding. Now let me ask you another question before I come. You are from the student what you call it, student Fallon or student brigade?
The student command.
Student command. Student command. Now, have you understood this advocacy that have been launched by your leader, Emmanuel Gongwe? What captivated you into being a part of it?
Yes. What captivated me is the honest and decisive leadership of CRC Emmanuel Gongwe as it relates to the social economic condition of the Liberian masses, pertaining to the 7 cardinal pillars of the EFFL. We have to do with expropriation of land or compensation, nationalizations of banks and mines, basic service delivery, which have to do with education and other necessary development.
So let me ask you another question. You said you are impressed with Emmanuel Conquest's ideology of the economic freedom fighter. What impact have it had on the youthful population, like you young lord, who have been indoctrinated into understanding the intricacies of revolutionary and about the economic freedom fighter and emancipation of the people? What is your understanding? What is the history of Emmanuel? How have you gotten indoctrinated in understanding the philosophy of following a man like Emmanuel Gongwe? People believe that Gongwe is a radical. Sometimes he's violent oriented. He don't have a history of winning political position in the country. Sometimes he's been allegedly accused of being a sellout. What can you say about that?
Yes, like I said earlier, what converted most youth to follow the EFL is because of the decisive and honest leadership of CRC
I'd
Emmanuel
like to
Gongwe.
talk about what you consider as decisive and honest. What honesty about the leadership that you can pinpoint to that have been visible in the public?
Very good. The honesty of CRC Emmanuel Gongwe leadership is he has provided all necessary platform, all to make sure that the EFL is on a right trajectory.
What are some of the necessary things you like to talk about?
Yeah, some of the necessary thing is the leadership direction. He fights to put EFL on the right trajectory by leading the party to the 2023 registration, which we obtain our certificate as a political institution. He has also placed the party on high morale in the country by aligning with the United Party Alliance to remove the corrupt CDC government from in power. So these are all basic impacts that have affected the youth of this country.
Personally, have it affected your life?
Yes, they affected my life.
How have it affected you personally?
Yes, because I've been liberated from other stuff that are under the real government, like the kush, drugs abuse, rampant corruption, the caring of youth, caring of auditor general. So all the things I benefit them, and now I'm safe. In the
So,
country.
are you currently? You say you're from the student. What is the name
The
of it?
Student
economic
command.
freedom for the
Student
student command.
command. And you say
Yeah.
from the student command. Are you in school? Are you a student?
Yeah, I'm a student.
Which university
I'm
are
a
you?
student of the University of Liberia.
And and
And I'm
and,
also aspiring also to enter the African Methodist Episcopal University also.
and what are
in the
you
coming
reading
days.
at the University of Liberia?
At the University of Liberia, I read political science.
We political science.
Yeah.
All right. So let me cross over to another young student command leader. Your name again?
All right, I said Ishmael Dukle, the
Dukle.
National Secretary General of the student movement in the EFFL.
So what is the philosophy? What captivated you? I like to ask him the question I asked
You
Carr
know,
about what do you know about revolutionary and why you want to be a revolutionary and why you chose the EFFL to be a part of it as well.
first of all, he asked a question, what do I know about revolutionary and what captivated me? First of all, I believe that revolutionary is a system to fight against, is a person that fight, a revolutionary is a person that fight against an existing system for a change.
Existing system for a change.
Yeah.
So you guys are fighting against a system. What kind of system? What kind of change? Because you are young. You guys are young agile lords, and we go to the historical reflection of our country. It gave us a clear struggle of the country. The clear struggles talks about emancipating the people from actual poverty, economic hardship, academic freedom, equitable distribution of natural resources. These are some of, but as we speak right now, we still have similar system that is still continuing with a lot of young people like you. Your colleague just opposed cleverly that drugs like kush and other things have been hampering the progress of many young children, even though being minimized under the boycott government that you supported. But yet and still, we still have some young people on the street taking drugs and other dangerous substances. So, what are the systems you're fighting against? How is it working in your mind, Dukle, when it comes to revolutionary struggle with the student command of the economic freedom fighter?
All right, thank you very much. You bear me witness that Liberia were victimized after so many years of civil conflict. Now, and after these civil conflicts, we are still being victimized by the essence of bad governance, corruptions, and other stuff. So, in order to liberate this country, that what brought us under the umbrella of the economic freedom fighters of Liberia, because our ideology is clear: economic emancipation of our lifetime, social justice, and academic freedom. Now, Conquer as a revolutionary who believe in his ideology, because if you
Are you talking about Conquer alone, or are you talking about the philosophy of
the philosophy?
Because when you single out Conquer, it means that you only believe in him alone, and not the ideology of the institution.
That's the difference between EFF and other political parties.
Okay.
We do not believe in individuals who believe in the ideology and the philosophy of the EFFL.
Okay.
So, for example, let's just stick this conversation around the student comment.
Okay.
We have had different approach. I can't remember any political party having a special comment or a special movement called the student movement or the student comment that pays extra attention to the students of this nation. Now, in the EFL, we have the student comment and the youth comment, different from the student comment. That's to tell you that EFF will pay more focus on the young people through education, political consciousness. That is main reason why the EFF, I think each and every young people should come to the EFF. That's our ideology. Our ideology is we believe to empower our people through political education.
Political education.
Yeah, through political education. That's the best way we can empower our people.
And you think the people have been empowered by political education? How are you empowering them? Explain to me from the youthful command of the EFFL, the Economic Freedom Fighter of Liberia. How are you empowering the young people when it comes to political education? And what do you consider as political education?
Yeah, our political consciousness, we believe that each and every young people must be aware of how of the democratic and social processes that change their lives.
Okay.
So EFF have always provided directions when it comes to that. EFF is one of the only political party that have provided so many workshops for their students.
So it means that to go against the government, it means that it's a political consciousness in your definition of, because most time Congo and the EFAL in its entirety, we lack the capital building, we disrespect authority, we say we are radical, we take laws in our hand, we are prepared and act, and we'll be arrested. Is that how you want to be like?
No.
But is that the orientation of the EFL?
No.
Is that what you consider political education,
No.
Ducle?
No.
What do you consider as a political education? Please tell us.
It's
How
an
do you
enlightening-
tend to deport yourself and lift the argument as a young revolutionary?
Is to enlighten what we want. What I term as political education is to enlighten our people,
Enlighten the people.
the young people. Tell them, no, we have tried this so many ways. It's time to take another route.
Okay.
So and it's not by violence this time around.
Okay, not by violence.
It's not about violence,
Mhm.
but by providing them the necessary, the basic things that they need to know.
Mm.
Now, we've learned that other political parties do not care for this. In fact, I don't call the political parties, I call them campaign organizations. They're only active around the people during campaign or during
You call them
elections.
campaign organizations.
They are all campaign organizations.
Mhm.
But the EFL said no. We have to be in the life, we have to be with the people, we have to be in the life of the people before the election process.
So let's talk a little bit about the student command. How is it structured? Is it structured based in Monrovia or is it structured nationwide? Because how big is the student command? When you talk about student, we talk about almost the general populace, the youthful general populace. And so I want to know from you, how is it structured, by the way? Is it when did it came to, how it came to being, when it came to being, and all that? You'd like to explain more about that?
Yeah, from the inception of this entire organization, EFFL, even when we were not political party yet, we were just a pressure group, we still had the student command. The student command is structured nationwide. We have the leader, which we refer to as a major general, and we have.
Why you call him major general? You're not running a military organization.
Of course,
You're running a political, but then you have a major general. That is a paradox. It means that you're trying to contradict. We're confusing us with military ring, and it means that some kind of aggression, some kind of violence, some kind of aggressive. My beginning. Tell me exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
We refer to our student leader, the major general, because to lead a students, especially student groupings, you have to be politically and ideologically strong. You have to be politically, ideologically aware.
So fundamentally, your principle is immilitancy.
You can say
Yeah,
that.
I mean, but
No,
I mean,
you can-
I know from the construct of your argument
You-
and how you call your leaders major general,
Yeah,
it
even-
makes anybody afraid. I
even-
mean,
even-
Leno
even
might
the
be
president-
afraid as well. I'm
I'm
afraid because a major general.
even the president is called CRC,
Yeah.
the commander in chief.
Come on,
of the
but
EFF.
okay. So yeah,
So-
commander in chief. So
so-
yeah, explain. Let me give you a
Yeah,
chance, young
So the
man.
major general will have our deputy major, we have vice chair for operations, vice chair for administration, vice chair for political affairs, and we have the secretary general, we have the spokespersons, we have district commanders from the student command alone. We have each and every district in this country have their commanders, and we have I think even the current spokesperson was once district commander of District 13, EFFL student command. I was also former district number 4 commander. So EFL is structured, is well structured. And the essence of this is we want to be very, very intentional when it comes to the numerical value going towards the election. So if alone, it comes to leadership alone, only the leadership in the student command alone outside this, let's say across the country. For example, if we have up to 2,000 leaders within the EFS student command alone, then the youth command has more than that as well. The teachers command, the wing command, the religious command, all of these command. So it is, I can tell you, I can assure you that the EFF is well structured, is well laid out, not only the student command,
So
but each and
I
every
want to know
command.
more about the student command because I'm speaking to the student command right now.
Okay.
And I want to know how structured are you, and is it a broad-based thing or is it saturated within Monrovia? And you started from Monrovia, and who gave birth to the student command? How did it came about, and before you being integrated into it as well?
As I told you, from the day the EFF was formed, the student command, it was formed generally that
By the way, I've not been active. Have
Yeah.
you not been active?
it
as
has been
well?
very active.
Active.
It has been very, very
To what
active.
extent have you been active?
They have been very, very active.
I just hearing about the
And
student command. It means that, I mean, you can prove me wrong about that.
recently,
Yeah.
just last week, Friday, we just concluded our first, what I would term as the biggest quizzing tournaments, when we were able to bring schools, I mean, stakeholders, I mean, in an academic atmosphere.
Okay.
Wherein we just concluded that this on Friday, that was initiative undertaking. That was only one chapter, and we also intend doing that for other counties.
Okay.
That was
It's under the auspices of the student command.
the student comment. Yeah.
How do you get money to get these projects? It cost intensive. I mean, you're talking about acute gain, quizzing,
Yeah.
or losing up your intellectual ability and test the IQ of students when it comes to academia. Now that's very brilliant of your group. But how do you galvanize the resources? How much money you raise to organize that program? Did it come from Emmanuel Conquest's pocket, or tell us more? I don't want
Yeah,
to suggest or opinion.
EFFL is not all about Emmanuel Conquest. It's an institution. It's a so each and every as a stakeholder, you must one way or the other contribute. Even us, the student comment leaders, one way or the other, you have to contribute.
So you people contribute.
We also contribute, each and every one of us.
Okay.
So everything's not just about Emmanuel Conquest.
And now by Emmanuel Conquest.
Yeah.
So
even though he plays a key role, a major role in supporting some of these initiatives, but everything is not all about him.
So how was the tournament? Did it go well?
The tournament went well, and this number 6 won the Monserrato chapter, and they have a cash prize of $100,000 Liberian.
Okay, let's talk to Kai. I mean, Kai, you listen to Tukle propounding or expatiating in his revolutionary tone as a young revolutionary. He was talking about the student command, about the EFF. You spoke about it initially. You are the spokesperson. Now, but Tukle never gave me a clear answer, and I will ask you that question about the structure and the base of the student command. How have it been structured? You directly got to answer that question because you're the spokesperson. So I particularly give us a fair assessment of it. If it in Monrovia, is it Igbanga, is it Grand Jide, is it in Lofa, or it just kickstarted in Monrovia and you are intending to loosen up a little?
Thank you very much. The Economic Freedom Fighter Liberia Student Command is well structured and decentralized in the 15 counties of the Republic of Liberia. We have commanders in each counties. We have the Lofa County Commander, the Nima County Commander, Magibi Commander, and other commanders. And we even have commanders in each district in those counties. So the EFL is well decentralized. The student command is decentralized.
How active it is? I mean, besides being these are active. I mean, you spoke about tournament that was organized. Was it done simultaneously or just Monrovia based? How do we feel the impact? How do people feel the impact in the respective locales in the counties that you mentioned about and you said decentralized? How is it being done there with the activities as well? When last we ever heard about a specific county having under the student command of the EFFL?
Okay, very good. The question tournament was the Monserrato County edition we had.
Okay.
And by next month or in the coming months, we will have another county edition. We plan to have it in the 15 counties. As I told you, the leadership is decentralized. So the question competition will touches all those counties.
Okay, you're going to touch all of the counties.
Yes, it will touch all the counties.
So what do you hope to achieve in with regards to that?
We hope to achieve total academic emancipation for the Liberian students.
Infused with political emancipation.
Huh?
Infused, or you put political emancipation there after.
Yeah, because it's necessary that our students be conscious about the political arena of the nation. So this is what the student command is here for, to make it necessary, and also here to recruit more students to the EFFL.
How are you recruiting them?
We are recruiting them through these engagements that we are having.
You having
the question competitions, the other academic competition, and through advocacies.
Yeah. So let me ask you, what are they saying to you? Some of them you meet when you speak about recruiting them into the student command and the politics, because politics is the order of the day in Liberia. Now, your generation is actively involved in politics. And when I was like you, I was not involved in politics, but you are involved. It's not a bad thing to be a politician. But what do we say to them as well with regards to bringing them into politics? and trying to bring them into the student command. What do you say to them? How do you sell the student command or the EFFL as regards to what you intend them to be like?
Yes. The first thing, we made them understand that as a student, you need to get involved into politics, because even if you don't get involved into it, the decision politician makes will affect you directly or indirectly. And we meet them and tell them about the student command and about the vision of the economic freedom fighter of Liberia, which narrowed down to the struggle for economic freedom and academic freedom in our lifetime. And the student buy into this idea because if you can see the reality in Liberia, the country is under the yoke of neocolonialism and imperialism. The country is under the yoke of rampant corruption. The country is under the yoke of stagnation, academic suppression.
Kai, your party, your economic freedom fighter leaders supported the current government, and you are just clearly trying to outline corruption and X, Y, Z. So the essence of you fighting for economic liberation and all of what you say might just be
End up in collaboration.
because the people still going back to the same thing. So what are you telling us, Kai?
Yes, very good. We supported the regime and we are still supporting the regime. It doesn't mean that when contradiction exists, we will not erect checkpoint.
Okay.
Yes. Most revolution these days, it doesn't have to be out of the system. Sometimes you can be in the system and fight to change the system. Because the EFL is the government waiting, and we are fighting from within the system to change the government.
Okay. Let me hear you too, Clay. He says that corruptions and massive corruption, and that it's just students need to get involved, because if students don't get involved, your life will be affected. Your parents may not have money to pay your fees. You will not have better education. There will not be good money in the budget. I concur with him in that. But he says he's talking about the continuing bad governance existing currently. What do you think about that? And how can the student command through the EFL see this happening when it comes to reality of what you dream, what you envision for Liberia?
First of all, I want to speak to the EFL supporting the government and the government continue to be engaged in the act of corruption. Well, I can tell you.
You think the government is involved in corruption?
Yes.
Okay. Let's hear you.
It is not wrong to align with your opponent to get the bigger enemy of the nation.
Okay.
That's not wrong when it comes to, as a revolutionary. It's not wrong to get aligned with a lesser enemy to get rid of the bigger one. So let's just leave it like that.
Who was the bigger enemy at the time?
To the issue, they were the enemy of the state. The CDC were the enemy of the state by the time.
Okay.
So yeah, they have no other choice. We have no other choice but to get.
But enemy not enemy. Whether I get bigger enemy or enemy not enemy,
But
who
there
tell me
are-
who is a big enemy and who's a small enemy?
Look,
Go ahead, Declare. I don't want to give you a little hard time. Let's go ahead.
okay,
Let's hear you.
So the EFFL is meeting these students. We tell them our manifestos. We tell them it is necessary that you people, because we tell them the reality of the day.
Mhm.
That why you think you should join the EFFL, and some of these students now that you see, they are actually below the age of voting now. But when we talk to them, we want to train them. So by the time they have come, they are already trained.
First time photos, right?
Yeah, first time voters.
Okay.
So we go to them and we give them our manifestos and they see the reality. So they come. I can show you into the four. There are two schools that have a student that won a student council government on EFFL. They call it Student Economic Freedom Fighter Party. Yeah, in their school, two different schools.
So you're having an orientation deeply rooted in the
Deeply
school
rooted
system.
in the school system. That's our aim of organizing these schools in tournaments all across the country.
All right.
That's our aim.
All right, folks, if you're just joining us, you're listening to Fuka Frontline. We have the student command of the Economic Freedom Fighter of Liberia. We have the two young, they consider themselves as revolutionaries. They believe in the philosophy and the ideology of the Economic Freedom Fighter. The Economic Freedom Fighter is widely associated with Emmanuel Ganque's understanding, and they borrowed their ideology from the Economic Freedom Fighters in South Africa. And these are you guys Pan-Africanists? Are you believe in the Pan-African movement and want to talk more about why you have a related historical narrative from South Africa with the Pan-Africanist movement? You want to talk about that because students are the brighter conscious one of the society. So we'd like to hear you just opposing some of your intellectual gymnastics when it comes to that.
Yes, Pan-Africanism is the seventh pillar of the non-negotiable pillar of the economic freedom further of Liberia.
Right.
Yes, the EFFL envisioned Pan-Africanism in Liberia to get rid of the ideology of neo-colonialism and imperialism.
Okay. Only
So-
historical political science class. That's the Go ahead. Man.
So you see, deeply our society have been colonized. The mindsets of Liberian have been colonized. So the EFFL is saying that we have to what? Decolonize. We have to decolonize the mindsets of conscious students.
Mhm.
We have to decolonize the mindset of the masses of Liberia. In doing so, by pushing the Pan-Africanism agenda. So the EFFL stands strongly with the unity of Africa.
What do you think? What do you think the decolonization or the issues about promoting the Pan-African doctrine in Liberia is important?
It is important because we want, in order to gain total economic freedom, you need the people mindset to be decolonized and regenerated.
You think we can get total economic freedom in Liberia?
Yeah.
In your mind?
Yes, it's a reality. We can have total economic freedom.
Are you saying yes
And
because
the
you're on the radio?
EFL,
You just
and
want to
the,
say
and
yes?
the EFL will ensure that we attain total economic freedom in Liberia.
The EFL. Yeah. When is that going to happen?
It's going to happen soon, which is coming 2029 election. We urge the conscious students, the youth, and the masses of Liberia to rally their support behind the EFFL and vote for our President, Commander-in-Chief, CIC Emmanuel Gwangwe, and all candidates of the EFFL in order for us to attain total economic freedom further in the socialist state of the Republic of Liberia.
How does the economic freedom fighter of Liberia view the prevailing situation, both politically and government-related affairs in the country?
No, you speak out.
Okay,
Duclair admitted that corruption. The government.
Okay, yes, we,
Yeah.
as I said earlier,
Yeah.
we view it. We see some contradiction
Mm.
as it relate to the prevailing economic circumstances.
Mm.
Like some government officials who are entrusted with leadership position are involved into corruption, and we also see some challenges as it relate to the social economic development and the improvement of the living condition of the masses of Liberia.
All right. So we have the student commander of the EFFL, and they are here. They are relatively young gentlemen, growing up to be intelligent. They are propounding the ideology of Pan-Africanism. They also mentioning about the economic freedom fighter. It says they are politically conscious and understands and believe in the philosophy. They believe in the militancy of the economic freedom fighter. So they give themselves military ranking, commander general, and many other things. And these young guys are explaining their understanding about the politics and why, and they are justifying why people should form part of the EFL, economic freedom fighter of Liberia. They believe in Emmanuel Conquest's ideology of the EFFL, and Ahorka saying Emmanuel Conquest is going to be the president of the country. And somebody said a political statement you were making to say he would be a president of the country in 2029. But let's open the lines and take some calls. Lando, you have to open the lines and
Yeah,
see
so-
if we can have some interactions on the platform.
So the number to call is 0770-13-13-18. 0770-13-13-18 is the number to call. 0770-13-13-18 is the number to call. This is the program FOCA Frontline, the frontline of national discussion. This is where we champion party Liberia. 0770-13-13-18. 0770-13-13-18 is the number to call and make your input on the show.
If you're onto the lines, you have to lower the volume of your receiver, and then you make your point. Let's cross over and crisscross and take the first caller.
He slipped the line. 0770-13-13-18. 0770-13-13-18 is the number to call. Call and make your input on the program. We have two gentlemen from the economic freedom fighter of Liberia, and they have been explaining why the economic freedom fighter presents the best alternative as Liberia move towards the 2029 election. Let's take this one first. Hello, caller. Your name and where you calling from? All right, make your point, Chief. Okay.
Thank you. Thank you. Let other guys see.
0770 let's take this one. Hello, caller. Your name and where you calling from? Hello. I don't know why the person keep dropping off the line. I don't know why. 0770 0770 is the number to call. Let's take this one. Hello, caller. Your name and where you calling from? Hmm. Man, you expect a man to grow up to grow up party?
The way they're tapping my party down and they're coming for the man. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Maya. Thank you.
Maya.
The man met John the campaign group. The man said,
hello, caller. Your name and where you calling from?
Baptist Seminary? Good to hear you. Let's hear you. Make your case. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, Chief. Let the guy go.
Okay.
Thank you. Let's take
He has
another one.
spoken. Let's take this one. Hello, caller. Your name and where you calling from? Good morning. Your- Oh,
Mama, welcome to the show. Why are you?
okay.
But yeah, you are siding with the old politician. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Apparently, it
No,
seems to
thank
be that
you.
Emmanuel Kangwa is the most powerful guy in the EFL. There's no other name that we hear but Emmanuel Kangwa. Why is
Hello, caller.
this?
Your name and where you calling from?
It's not beating the TikTok.
And then make your point quickly.
Prince Brimbaya, you gotta be concise.
Be
Because
concise.
you don't have much time. We have to get out of the chance, man, brother. So long you talk about CDC, that man will come for you. Stop being a hardcore. The man attack the man ranking. So Nana just announced to take 3 more calls and
Yeah,
then we'll cancel.
0770 13 13 18 0770 13 13 18 is the number to call. 0770 13 13 18 0770 13 13 18. We have two gentlemen from the Economic Freedom Fighter of Liberia, specifically from the Student Command Division of the party, and they have since been talking a lot about their parties and their upcoming activities, including the most recently concluded initiative, which has to do with the academic program initiated by the party as well. So let's take this one. Hello, caller. Your name and where you calling from?
Yo, you gotta speak a little louder. You sound very low, sir. Good to hear you. Let's hear you. What is your name? His name is Barkley.
Maybe that your brother. All right, thank you so much. Let's take this one. Hello, caller. Your name and where you calling from? Hello. I don't know why. I don't know the issue about the network.
I don't know.
Hello, caller. Your name. Yeah. Good morning. Okay.
Where you calling from, Nathaniel?
Okay, make your point, Chief.
Okay. So thank you very much. Thank you. All right, Linda. Let me ask: why is it that the EFFL is squarely just centered around Emmanuel Conquer? Now, I ask this question because most of the political institution got a single important individual. And in my understanding about reading of political science and politics is that when one person turns out to be the most indispensable person in a political party, that gives rise to building a dictator. And that can amount to bad leadership. Now, I give you an example. Unity Party over the past, Ellen Johnson Sirleaf has been the undisputable, untouchable, and the only outstanding lady in the party. She dictates the pace of the party and have a huge influence on what she wants to be, what needs to be done. After 12 years, then CDC came to power, and George Weah, nobody could disagree and say you don't disagree with the standard bearer of the party, amounting to dictate a autocratic dictatorial position or ability or attributes. These young commanders, as they call themselves in the EFL Student Command, is and all of the partisans of the EFL speaks about Emmanuel Gongwe as the leader and the only guy. I know, yes, he could be the leader, but I mean, is he the only most powerful person in the party? It seems to be. He's the only, and this amounts to dictatorial posture, or we're molding our own autocratic dictator, or a monster that would turn into a dictator. Now, you guys can answer the questions fairly and realistically. That's just a realistic scenario I was trying to strap. Kai, you want to go first, or Dukley, you want to go first? Dukley, you want to go first? Kai, you want to go first? Which one of you want to go first?
Okay.
All right. I mean, level you guys, you make the adjustment on that.
Firstly, let me say, based on the economic freedom photo labor structure, the commander-in-chief is the high-ranking officer of the party.
He became the most powerful man.
Yeah, so based on the constitution and the manifesto of the party, he possesses the mantle to lead the party. And secondly,
So nobody contests.
secondly,
Nobody contests that in the party. Is it a democratic process?
the party is.
Okay, give us. No, you are.
I come to that point.
No, I want to come to you first. Give us an idea. How can one reach the level where Gongwe is in the party?
Yes, the party is based on democratic centralism.
Democratic centralism.
Yes.
What is the meaning of it?
Democratic centralism is a doctrine within the EFFL that have to do.
Simplify it for me.
Yes.
Just simplify the equation.
Okay. It is a method that have to do with democracy between parties, partisans, and party leader within the party structure. So everything in the EFL is done democratically.
Who makes the decision? Who makes
the party structure?
The party structure.
Yes, we got the Central Revolutionary Council.
Who determine the higher position? Who determine the most relevant man in the party?
It's the Central Revolutionary Council. They vote on that. And
is it comprises of what? How many person makes the Central Revolutionary Council?
37 men make up the Central Revolutionary Council.
37 men.
Yeah.
And if 37 men make up the Revolutionary Council, in terms of the voting process, is it majority?
Yes. Like I said, democratic centralism is majority.
Majority.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, Dukley, you can come in. You'll be willing to speak.
Yeah. Like you ask a question, what determines for one to reach the level of CRC Emmanuel Gongwe in the EFFL? Well, he just answered that we have the CRC members, and CRC members comprises of all the leaders of the various wings, the various commands within the EFF. Like for the student command, the command I just called the leader, James Momo Piwi, he's part of the CRC member, the Central Revolutionary Council. I am part of it. I'm as a secretary general, as a leader too. So I can also make decision in who to become the next CRC.
Okay.
And the EFF go for a convention after every 5 years.
Mhm.
So the position that we have now, you see all of these positions within, whether you are a CRC, you're the major general, you're the inspector general for the youth, all of these positions, after every 5 years, we go for convention. After that convention, then you can determine your position. Then in that convention, that's why the brother was talking about democratic centralism.
Democratic centralism.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
that is done among partisans to determine their next leader. So it is not based only around CRC.
They're not based around.
So the CRC, the first convention, he is the father of EFF.
How long have you been in? Like, I've been hearing Kongwani and the EFF.
Yeah,
you have been the all-time guy in the party. You have been the all-time guy. Am I correct about that? Has there been any person that hold the rank of the Miami Conquest that he occupies right now?
No, you are correct.
Yeah,
you are quite correct.
Why is
He
he there
is the
so
founding
long?
father of the EFFL.
But why is he there so long?
Yeah, that's because
So Tukle, you cannot be. Tukle is a young.
I can be as
be.
well.
Yeah,
You know,
I mean,
there's something we say in the EFF. We are all not too young to lead.
yeah. I mean,
That's-
I agree with you that you're all not too
that's the
young to lead.
ideology.
Yeah.
But now there are steps. There are some things that you need to be part of. That's what like I said. Now, after the convention, if Conquest still want to maintain before the 2029 election, the EFF is bound to go for convention.
Are you going to vote him again to be the head?
He might personally not win because it's democracy.
Your personally not win. What do
He
you think?
might possibly not win.
He might possibly not win, Kai.
Yeah.
That borrows the word
So
for Tukle. He might possibly not win.
He
What do you
might
think?
possibly
He might possibly not win.
not win to be the next CRC. That's what we believe in.
So let me ask you:
So
if he might possibly not win, do you believe that?
I believe that the CRC have been leading the party in a rightful direction. And based on the party,
Is he the only guy that
constitution-
can lead the party in the right direction?
based on the
No,
party,
No. Let me ask you this question: is it the only guy, or you experimenting? Okay, you have the guy there leading the party all since the EFF was founded because he's the founding father. He might be having more grips on the party than any other intelligent individual in the EFFL. Is there no other character in the EFFL than Emmanuel Conquer? Does he have all of the monopoly of the knowledge?
No, there are characters, there are other qualified and competent.
Why are you just only
fighters.
projecting him?
Based on the party manifesto and ideology, Emmanuel Gongo still have the chance to lead the party.
You still
So
have a
we'll
chance.
go to the National People Assembly, which will be next year, and we'll decide.
I already seen that Emmanuel Gonga is going to be elected president of the country subsequently when we go to the 2029 election. So automatically you have already made your decision as well that he's going to be the guy.
As for me,
Yeah.
at the Congress, at the National People Assembly, the CRC, Emmanuel Gongo have my full support.
Oh yeah, full support. What about you?
Yeah,
Can you differ with him as well?
No,
No,
there
you
are-
don't see nobody in the party that have a resume,
Yeah.
intellectual resume, a revolutionary credential.
there are other qualified, people in the party.
But
in the
what
CRC.
appears to me, there is no political contestation within the EFFL.
No. There is a political contestation, but the issue is you cannot default the Central Revolutionary Council. Whatever the body of the Central Revolutionary Council comes up with, you have to go by it. That's the constitution of the EFFL. Now, if Gonko, I know somebody will be contesting for the CRC position. That's clear. I'm not ready to disclose that now.
Okay, let me ask you: have somebody ever contested for the CRC position in the party?
Of course.
Hmm.
But so a lead with you, how you gonna deal with your people within the CRC? So, and the company just said, like he said now, he might likely vote for Gonko. I don't want to expose my vote here now. Who will be the next CRC? So
So everybody will know the man and say, well, not clear. They may already put it for the man.
so, but it will be a good thing even if CRC win. We have no regret. If another person win the convention, we also have no regret because we train everybody.
When is that convention?
It's next year. We are still working on the date and the place exactly where it's going to take place.
Okay.
We'll visit all the media institutions, informing them that EFF is ready to go for a convention.
All right, let's open the lines and take some calls. We're going to take the last batch of calls and then we move on to the last talking point. When we shall let go our guests by 10 o'clock, but we want to have some interaction. Folks, if you just joining us, you're listening to Fuka Frontline on 105.3, the morning encyclopedia of professional broadcasting in Liberia. My name is Albert Canadius Barkley. I'm here with K. Landon Talker. The number for you to participate on the program is 0770 1318, the student command of the Economic Freedom Fighter of Liberia. They are in our studio, two young adults and pan-Africanists. They explaining and just opposing the argument of the EFAL student command. They highlighted very significantly about the academic program that was concluded a while ago, and they also talking more about the student command and what they stand for. So if you're onto the lines, you have to lower the volume. We're going to take at least 2 or 3 calls before we come to the climax stage of this particular aspect and move to the last phase of the program. You know, we are here for 3 hours and you can make a point. If you're onto the lines, you have to lower the volume of your receiver. And this is Foca Frontline, and you can call us on 0770 1318 is that number. Now, if you're onto the lines, you have to lower the volume of your receiver, and then you make a point. We're gonna take the last batch of calls, and then we come back to them for yes, maybe the other statement they could make. So again, the number for you to participate is 0770 131318. 0770 If you're onto the lines, you have to lower the volume of your receiver. We are speaking to the student command of the Economic Freedom Fighter of Liberia. They are explaining more. Let's crisscross and go to the line and see if we can take this first caller. Is he there?
No, there's a message.
Messages.
We can call again, Myers. Okay. Oh, okay. So a message there is Prince Myers asking us what he can call again.
Prince Meyer, hold your peace. Hold your peace, Prince Meyer. Hold your peace for the last 30 minutes. Hold your peace. Okay, you can call. If there are concerns you want to talk about, you can call, Prince. I mean, you ask for permission to call right away. I mean, Prince Meyer never get talk. He's a young guy from
In as much as they mention the man political party, the man won't be calling. Let me call in. Let me call in.
Prince Meyer, call and make your point.
Hello, caller. Your name and where you calling from? Just 30 seconds, Prince.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Prince.
We're going to take one more, Lender. Let's take one more.
0770 13 18 0770 13 18 is the number to call. Just one more call, then we go to our guest to wrap up. 0770 13 18 is the number to call. 0770 13 18 is the number to call and make your input on the program Foca Frontline, the front line of national discussion. This is where we champion Liberia's progress. So if we cannot get a call, then we go back to our guest center to talk about some very critical issues.
Okay, all right. So yes, okay. Yeah, the Dukley and Carr that have been our guests. Carr, finally, what's the next plan from the perspective of your academic quizzing program, who you just concluded? Are there other activities that is pending from the student command of the Economic Freedom Fighter? You like to talk about it because you're the population guy.
Yes. As I said earlier, the question tournament we just concluded is a Maserati County edition. And we will be pushing this to other counties, the 15 subdivisions of the Republic of Liberia. So we hope to see the next county Maybe it will be Magibi Kante, and we are working on it to take the quiz tournament there. And the EFL student comment remain engaged with the conscious students of Liberia, propagating and disseminating the message of economic freedom, academic freedom in our lifetime.
Okay.
All right, let's take
All
you,
right.
Dukley.
Yeah, so the comrade was said it rightly, and we are looking forward to reaching out the same initiatives. We believe that is the best way we can get to the students and so that we can give them our manifesto, and we intend doing this across the country.
All right,
That's it.
you think do it across the country?
Yeah.
When? How soon is that?
Very soon, very soon,
Very soon. It's just still indefinite. Could you be precise a little bit?
very soon. We'll get back to you.
All right, get back. Thank you very much, gentlemen, for coming. Thank you, Carl. Thank you, Dukley. These are very young and intelligent gentlemen. They growing the political space from the student command of the economic freedom fighter. We have opportunity to sit with them and have a palatable breakfast on the front line. The front line is a very provocative program that push you a lot more. But thank you for coming. Wish you well, and we look forward to have more conversation with the student command and other activities relating to the economic freedom fight. Thank you for coming to the front line.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. As we conclude, we would like to tell the people that the economic freedom fighter of Liberia student command remain committed to academic freedom, social justice, and student empowerment. And we will also like to utilize their time on behalf of the economic freedom fighter of Liberia student command under the capable leadership of Major General James P. Wee to extend our appreciation to the Focal FM family for providing all this platform in order for us to disseminate and propagate the economic freedom fighter message.
Thank you very much, Carl. Thank you, gentlemen. All right. Yes, of course. Yes, we can take leave of the guys, let them,
Okay.
and get ready for the last talking point. You know, the issues never finish, and
Yeah.
and we have to talk about Dr. Chris Tukweyan, critical. His critique about the.
I really don't think we have the time.
We can just chip around a little bit, you know. Yeah,
Yeah, because
Yeah.
we have our another guest.
Oh, we have
yeah.
another guest. Oh, sorry.
Okay. Yeah. So
Uh,
probably
let's
tomorrow.
Take a break. Let's take a break tomorrow.
Yeah.
Tomorrow, I really want to chip around, but we can't. We don't have time. Let's take a break. Mo, who is the producer of the show today? Mo, let's see if we can take a break. Let's see. Mo is the producer today. Mo is the executive producer. This guy is a sometime producer. Sometimes he's here, sometimes he's not here. We'll take a break. We'll take a break. We're going to be right back to ushering our next guest on the front line.
Radio talk show experience is here. Focal Frontline. We remain focused on the issues that matter. Focal Frontline, we are not holding back. Join. Okay.
Stay engaged, stay informed, and stay engaged on Focus Frontline. We're not just a talk show, we are a movement. All right, yeah, we have less of time to be here. We have our next guest coming in, the list of guests, and you know, we had to catch up with the morning hours. So we got to go to the last phase of our discussion. Now, tomorrow we'll talk about the critique of Dr. Chris Tukweyan, the former Anfield Boris, and the budget has been requested from the Liberian National Public Institute of Liberia. We have to X-ray the analysis very critically. We have another young, our last batch, our last guest in the studio. He will speak his name. and tell us his portfolio, and then we'll go into the talking. We'll go into the interview. You'd like to introduce yourself for the record in your respective capacity as well. Yes.
Thank you so much. Praise Jesus again.
Come again, please hold up. Please hold up. Let me see if I can get this microphone. Microphone what? 3, 4. All right. All right. Exactly. It's correct. Let's go. Let's go ahead. Let's hear you.
All right, thank you so much. I am Prince Jesus Gay, and I serve as the Director of Communication and Public Relations at the Motor UN Liberia.
Come again. What is it?
Prince Jesus Gay,
No, I got your name very well.
Motor UN Liberia.
What is the Motor Union? What is it?
The Motor UN Liberia is an institution that is basically focused on imparting young people and building a capacity on diplomacy and international relations.
Exactly. So you are a public relation officer for a diplomatic group of people, right?
Yeah.
You speak, so
Yeah.
you understand the diplomatic language.
Certainly.
So you had your diplomatic Bible when you were coming. You know what is the Bible? Is the radio. The diplomat calls that the Bible. But tell us more about the union. How is it? How is it going so far?
Okay, so the union is going good, and we currently have our pending conference for this year. Every year we have one general assembly where young people from across the region come to Liberia and participate in our conference. So basically, the Motor Union Liberia was established back in 2020
Okay.
when our executive director, who is now in the States, on a scholarship opportunity, came back to the country after participating in a Motor Union conference outside Liberia, coming back and seeing that we don't have a program like that in Liberia. He thought of having young people come together to, see how best we can have our own Motor Union Liberia. So we first started as online because it was during the break, during the COVID-19.
All right.
So there was no way for people to come and interact, the way we normally do it.
So you're doing
So we were doing it online.
online as well.
Yeah, so where you have young people come online and then they participate just as people go on Zoom, represent their country and stuff like that. So we started that way. Later on, we started to have people coming out from Sierra Leone, from Guinea, from Nigeria, Ghana, Gambia.
Okay.
And currently, we even have a partnership in Tunisia. So Motor UN is basically an institution that is directly focused on building the capacity of young people in diplomacy and international relations, where you understand how the UN work, you understand how committee session goes, you understand how the kind of languages you use at the General Assembly. If you want to speak, if you want to raise a motion, if you want to, put out a debate, if you want to vote, these are things that we have at our conference, and we teach young people these things, including public speaking, writing, negotiations. These are things that people learn.
Sounds very great. How can one be a member of the Mothers Union Liberia?
So
what are the criteria? By the way?
Our membership is basically for people who have participated in our conference.
Okay.
So before ascending to this position, I was once a delegate of China, representing the Republic of China at their conference in 2023.
So you represented Liberia in China. I mean, you represented the union in China.
Yeah, I represented. No, I mean at the conference here in Liberia,
in
because you have countries assigned to different individuals.
Okay.
So you can be from Sierra Leone, you represent Gambia.
All right.
Right. So I was here in Liberia, and I was assigned to represent the Republic of China, which I represented very well. And based on that, I was asked to join the team based on my ability. I joined the team first as the marketing officer, and then afterward, I got appointed as the Director of Communication and Public Relations.
So tell us more about, you spoke, you was trying to give us the niche of your work, public speaking, diplomacy, and who are the facilitators? Who does the training? How do you get the
funding,
the facilitator on board, and how does it require? How long, much time?
Okay, so so for our conference, the conference is a 5 days a conference. So you have the arrival of international delegates, international guests, partners from outside Liberia. You have the second day, which is the opening of the General Assembly, and that of the opening of committee sections where people go into committee rooms to discuss, a lot of issues confronting that topic of discussion.
Okay.
And then the last day which is for the main focus on the education part. The last day is the closing of the General Assembly and that of the closing of committee rooms, where people come to the General Assembly with committee resolutions.
Okay.
Because each committee has a particular topic. For example, the UN Security Council committee in this year will be talking about the reformation within the Security Council,
All right.
right? Opening up the Security Council. So we want young people to come and give their own perspective on how they want the reformation within the Security Council to be. Because, mind you, every year, our resolution from various committees, the one that is passed
Mm-hmm.
is presented to the right authority. So, for instance, if the UN Women resolution is passed, we present the resolution to the United Nations Women here in Liberia. So they look at that resolution when they are going out of the country to at least they know that young people from across the region came to Liberia and had this resolution that they want the UN to look at, right? So that day you have people debating and coming up with a resolution to present within the General Assembly. And then the next day you have the diplomatic outing because Stereo Ape make Jackson a door boy. So you have the diplomatic outing where people from out of Liberia can, connect with their peers here in Liberia. And then the final day is the diplomatic award where people who did well,
Okay.
people who did extremely well, like each committee, you have the best delegate of the committee,
All right.
you have the outstanding delegate of the committee, you have the best dressed delegate of that committee, and then you have the best position paper.
Okay.
So each committee have 4 different awards that
Okay.
people win.
Mm.
Because the reason we have the best dressed delegate is, for instance, you can be from India, for example,
Yeah.
and then your dress code is
You're not depicting
the
the
American
culture. Yeah.
American
Yeah.
dress code.
Mhm.
So if you are from India and your dress code is directly the Indian cultural
Yeah.
way of dressing, we give you a award for that. If your position paper, because everybody present a one-page position paper on what the country, their country stands, right? So what we do is the chairperson of that committee, in line with the executive of Moonlight Bureau and that of our partners, we review each of these position paper of every committee and see which one is the best.
Okay.
And that best position paper is given an award for the committee. And then you have the outstanding delegate. Okay, this person was good in the committee, but they were not able to get the necessary vote
All right.
to get them at the top of the committee. So we gave them the outstanding delegate. And then the best delegate of that committee is the person who override everybody. He overshadowed everybody in terms of
All of
debate,
the
in terms of procedures,
Mhm.
in terms, everything. We give you an award for that. So each committee, currently for this year, we have six committees. Each of these 6 committees have 4 awards that we're going to be giving. At the General Assembly, we have one major award that we give, and that is the overall best delegate.
So
And-
how many person make out of dedication to
so-
the assembly body, and how do you do their selection of the selection process as well?
So we normally do research.
Okay.
For instance, there's one committee that the number don't change currently, and
All
that's the Security Council.
Mm.
The Security Council number is 15.
Yeah.
You have 5 permanent members and 10 non-permanent members, including Liberia that was just elected as non-permanent permanent member. So that committee is directly 15. It don't increase and you can decrease the number.
All right.
Right?
Remain constant.
Yeah. So for other committee, for example, the United Nations Women, the UNICEF, the UNDP, the UNFPA, these are committees that you have a lot of countries form part of. So you could see Liberia in UNDP and see Liberia in UNFPA and see Liberia in UN Women, right? So you can have Liberia in 3 different committees. So for this year, our focus is on 150 delegates.
All right.
And just before reaching here this morning, for registered delegates that we have national, we already have 70% that are registered nationally. This is the first of a kind that we have people pumping in more than ever before.
All right.
Yeah, so currently we have 70 persons that are already on ground.
All right.
Prepare for the conference.
Prepare for the conference. So who honorates the financial liability or the expenses of the conference?
So
In terms of travel and all that.
so over the years,
Yeah.
we've been helping ourselves when it comes to the conference. For people who are coming from out of Liberia, what we do is when you pay your conference fee, your transportation to leave from your country to come here is not on us.
Okay.
The only thing we do when you're using the air, we pick you up from the airport, and get you to the guest house.
Okay.
If you're coming from the border side closer to us, we go for you at the border and get you to the guest house. That's what we do. And throughout your stay in Liberia, your internet connections, your three-time feeling, your outing, going out and stuff, everything is on More Liberia.
Okay.
For national delegates, we expect you to transfer yourself for the conference. So you will understand that there's a difference between the payment. So for this year, we have $100 for international delegates.
International
And that
delegates.
includes your 5 days period that you're going to be in Liberia,
Mhm.
including the guest house, your feeding, your transportation, your internet, everything is going to be on us in Liberia in the $100. For national delegate, we have $50. Right? In that $50, you have two-time filling, you have for the 2 days, and then you have diplomatic outing, you have the diplomatic award night. So that is it for the issue of how we've been managing with delegates. For the issue of funding the program,
Yeah.
delegate payments are also helpful, but we've been having other people who have helped More Liberia. For instance, for example, during the time of then President Weah, Mayor Koji was
A great help.
a great help to More Liberia. There was a period of time in 2023 where he transported all of the delegates back to Sierra Leone and Guinea, right? He assigned a vehicle to them. I mean, a serene blowing behind them, diplomats.
Yeah.
Serene carrying you back to your country. So it was really amazing. For this year, we were opportune last year to invite the UNDP, and the resident coordinator himself attended the program.
Okay.
Based on what he saw at the program, they decided to help. Decided to come in to help More Liberia. So there's a budget for the conference, which though is not going to take over all of what we have, but it's going to help. Currently, we're in conversation with the resident coordinator office, the United Nations resident coordinator office, to see how best within our budget to know where she can chip in. We've also reached out to UNFPA. We've also reached out to UN Women, and we're reaching out to UNICEF as well. So the reason why this year we don't have the African Union, we don't have the ECOSOC, is we want to focus directly on the One UN House. Those agencies that are within the One UN House, we want to focus on them. So if you have currently we have UNFPA, right? So if UNFPA can decide and say, okay, we'll sponsor this committee, and UN Women say we'll sponsor our committee, and UNDP is already sponsoring part of the program, I mean, that's going to be of great help to us. So for this year, we can say it's going smoothly based on the help from both UNDP and that of the resident coordinator office. We are currently in conversation hall, and very soon everything is going to be settled in terms of where she's going to help.
Okay, in terms of where she's going. So you said 17 delegates, am I correct?
70.
70?
70 delegates have already registered nationally. Outside international delegate. Because for international delegate, based on getting a hotel, we normally do the booking prior to the conference.
Okay.
So we have a particular number. So for this year, we are targeting 30 international delegates.
All right.
So once we hit the 30, we're not taking anybody again, because we normally do the booking of the hotel
ahead of time.
Yeah, even the transportation. We do the booking of transportation. We hire a transport service to come, and throughout the program, they are with our delegates, they are with the team.
Okay, you are the public relation officer. What significant is this engagement, international diplomatic engagement, with regards to the country? How is it helping the young population in our country as well?
Okay, so normally for people who think that Mother UN is not that important, I normally give them an example to the then Assistant Minister for International Organization, Karishma.
Yeah.
When she appeared before the Liberian Senate for confirmation, she made reference to the Mother UN that she attended in Dubai. That's the best diplomat Mother UN conference. She partnered with us for our conference in 2022 and 2021. She was with us. So she used that means to convince the senators that, I mean, getting this position as assistant minister of an international organization, I've already been on the field.
Okay.
I've participated in an international
Diplomatic
engagement. So I understand the procedure. Mind you, if I'm going to the UN, I know the kind of way to engage and how to get people attention, how to speak to them, how to connect and make sure that I bring something back to Liberia.
Okay.
That was convincing. Now, for the young people that come to this conference, we make sure you get to understand what negotiation is. So we have this game where we normally do prior to the opening of committee session, where this guy have a computer, his computer is off, and I have a charger. He wants to charge his computer, and I want to charge my phone. How can this man convince me that my phone should be off for his computer to charge? It takes a man to convince somebody, my phone is off, your computer is off, we have one charger. To convince me to take my charger is what we do at the conference. We make you understand how you can, convince people. Elevator conversation. You've been waiting to meet this guy. You see the man at Boulevard Party in the elevator. I mean, it's just few seconds and you can see the man again. What can you say to get that person's attention, even if it's a call card, to get it from that person?
Diplomatic engagement.
All
right.
We make you understand.
Frantic diplomatic engagement.
We make you understand how you can do that. So when you get at the conference, we drill you through. So for this Thursday, just to inform the public, for this Thursday, we have 30 of the 70 delegates that will be at the 1 year house in the Kofi Annan conference room.
Okay.
That we're going to be training through, because we have what we call the pre-conference training. So before the conference, because part of the people who are coming are new to the engagement.
All right.
So we have the pre-conference, we have both inside in-person and online training. So we're having the first in-person training at the Kofi Annan conference hall in the 1 UM building. So at that space, we're going to be showing them, evidence of what happened at the UN, how it happened at the Motor UN, and how they can connect, how they can engage their colleagues, how they can prepare their position paper. Because like you see, President Braga will go at the UN and present directly on what is on the paper. We also want people to go and not say, because when you see, I bring you greeting for on behalf of the Republic of Liberia. You don't, there are jargons that you use. That we
Diplomatic jargons.
That will make you understand. You want to raise a motion. You want to call the chairperson to order. You want to call the president of the General Assembly to order. There are jargons that you use. There are ways in which you do it. You don't just wake up and say, "Oh, I want to talk."
Yeah, so you got to understand the diplomatic language used there.
Yeah, we make you understand it before the conference, and we make you understand it during the conference. Because the pre-training, when you don't understand it during the pre-training, when you get at the conference and you make a mistake, the chairperson believe that you already know what you are there for. That's why we have the pre-conference training. Because diplomats don't go to the UN so they can correct you. Diplomats go to the UN because your country believe that you are the best player.
You have the ability to
that they can send. So when you go to the committee room, there are mistakes that when you're making, the chairperson cannot call you to order. They ask you to sit. And just to share this with you, at the Thinkers Youth Summit, when I attended, that was my third engagement in Motor UN. When I attended, I was handcuffed and taken to a space.
Really?
To be there for some time. But then I was representing Russia in the United Nations Security Council.
Okay.
Right. So at the conference, we even handcuff people because at the UN, you don't.
But I like to hear that story.
Somebody can just leave from here and go to the UN and say,
what prompted you being handcuffed?
The
diplomatic error.
Nobody people are afraid of Russia in a lot of spaces.
Yeah.
So a delegate of the committee felt threatened by my presence in the committee because I was using my device. So the delegate felt that I was going to do something extra, or maybe I was trying to communicate so that the committee can be disrupted and stuff like that. So based on that line, and imagine the chairperson asked me to sing the national anthem of Russia. I don't know the national anthem of Russia. So before you come to the conference, some people do extra research. Like that was an experience for me. And after that, I started to do extra research Like somebody is asking you, the prime minister of this country you are representing, for example,
Yeah.
India, they're asking you, the prime minister of India, they're asking you, you know,
So you have to have a
Different- you have to have-
historical
yeah,
understanding.
I mean, real insight
Yeah.
of the country that you're representing,
Mm.
and not just the country you're representing. To have strength over the committee, you have. In fact, if, for example, the UN Security Council,
Mhm.
my engagement in Sierra Leone, I did a research on all of the countries that were in the committee,
Okay.
because if this delegate seems to be too active, and I know that when I ask one or two questions, it will bring his shoulder down. You have to ask so that the person's shoulder comes down.
Mm.
Because if this person is not a true representation of that country, the person is asked out.
Okay.
In fact, the Security Council itself asked the person out of the conference.
Wow.
Yeah, because you don't represent a country that you don't know about.
Yeah, you got to know about your country.
You have to know about
You
the
have to
country.
have it. You can't come
So
from there and you don't know exactly.
there's no thing about begging. If you are representing Liberia and you are asked who is the foreign minister of Liberia, man, you should know the foreign
Yeah, you
minister
should
of
know the
Liberia.
foreign. Your
You should
country
know,
represent.
you should know things about Liberia.
Mm.
I mean, the kind of flag design, the national art time.
Mm.
To that these kind of questions are not asked often,
Yeah.
but sometimes there are robust delegates
Mhm.
that, because they won that best delegate award, they go the extra mile. And I did it before I won the best delegate of my committee.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I mean, this seems to be quite fair. Is it true from how do you go about getting some of your delegates? Is it true from all over the country, or is specifically narrowed to Monrovia as well?
No, so what we normally do is when the conference is coming near,
Mhm.
we launch our application.
Okay.
So
you
for,
launch your application.
yeah, so for this year, we launched our application, and we got over 500 young people
All
from
right.
across Liberia and across the region,
Okay.
right, that applied for the conference. So when we notice the number from this country is above like 10,
Threshold.
Mhm.
is above 10,
Mhm.
going upward, we get one person from that country that control that group to come to Liberia,
Mhm.
right? Because we don't want everybody coming by themselves, one. No, when you come as a delegation,
Mhm.
right? For example, currently in Liberia, we
Yeah.
have people coming as a delegation right there in Liberia.
Okay.
The Tubman University in Maryland
County.
is
Yeah.
coming as a delegation. You are over 10% already from the Tubman
From Tubman
University
University.
that are confirmed.
Mhm.
So they are coming as a delegation.
Mhm.
You have people from the Cottington University, they are coming as a delegation. You have people from AME. They have chat rooms for
Okay.
that. You have the AME delegates for a Model UN conference, right? So from outside the country, like we have two standing partnership currently that have been working with us. That is Trimo in Sierra Leone, and that of the Kofi Annan University of Guinea, Model United Nation in Guinea,
Okay.
right? For the one in Tunisia, that one is normally online, because the issue about having people leaving from here based on the level of support to go and participate in that conference, that's something we have in long-term planning,
Okay.
right? But for the conference, I mean, it's open up to everybody. The application was opened up for 1 month period, and it was closed on recent on the 20th of this of last month. It was closed. The application was closed.
So let me ask you. Basically, the training is very vital to the program, and I mean, you mentioned your case and other scenario. How long does the training last? Is it going to be? I mean, is it a continuing process, or do you kickstart the training, giving them the basic fundamental of the participation when they get at a particular conference, how to conduct, most especially we talk about diplomatic training and your deportment. Now you mentioned something unique about your representation of a particular country.
Yeah.
Now you're going to represent Ghana, going to represent Gambia. If you are going to represent out of these countries, you must have a fairer understanding about the culture, why it depicts. And you mentioned something about a dress code,
Yeah.
which is unique to the representation and attracts award. So I want you to elaborate on the training, and what significant is the reflection of your country you represent with regards to your costume and all that.
Okay, so just to give a flashback,
Okay.
when we visited Guinea,
Mhm.
somebody got a package in Guinea for their country of representation. I mean, you from Sierra Leone,
Yeah.
you went to Guinea to participate in a conference. You are representing America.
Mhm.
Interestingly, the ambassador of America to Guinea was at the conference.
Ah,
Based on his performance,
yeah.
he didn't just get the gift. They brought the gift, and he was invited to the embassy to go and have conversation. So whatever happened there, that one that
Yeah,
different
we
story.
are beyond the same
But
thing.
your country of representation, because we have embassies that we write to come. So you can write, for example, the Indian embassy,
Yeah,
and the Indian ambassador come to the conference and seeing that the person representing India is in, I mean, that kind of
yeah, different attire.
Different
African,
attire.
Yeah,
yeah,
African
dress,
t-shirt.
yeah,
Yeah,
African. So
African
it
shirt.
does not represent India.
Yeah.
We have one other delegate. She participated 2 times, and she represented India.
Mhm.
Her look is already the Indian way.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And what she normally used to do is she will put that
Yeah,
red
yeah,
mark,
yeah, red mark.
with
Depicting the
full
culture.
Indian
Yeah.
Indian dress code.
Yeah.
She won the award 2 different times. Sometimes people win 2 awards from one committee.
Okay.
Your position paper could be good. You win that one, you win the best the best dress.
So I want to ask you about this position paper. What about it? Can you give me an insight? What is required to be in that paper, to be contained in that document?
So the position paper
Mhm.
is a 1-page document that gave your country view on a particular topic.
Okay.
So for example, you have the United Nations Security Council is discussing the reformation within the Security Council.
All right.
If you are a delegate of Liberia
Mhm.
and you are in that committee, you have the topic on your 1 page.
Mhm.
You're giving Liberia position on that particular topic.
Okay.
And within that, we expect you to have basic information about Liberia and relate that information of Liberia to how the reformation in the Security Council is going to be helpful to Liberia, Africa, and the world at large.
Okay.
So that's what we do.
Do you justify? Is it a means that you come to a point where you justify what is in that document?
Yes.
All right.
When you go to the committee room,
Mhm.
you have the time to present your position paper. In your presentation,
Mm.
delegates in our committee can critique your stance on that particular topic.
Okay.
Right? For instance, if let's forget the reformation in the Security Council and look at the war between Russia
And
and
Ukraine.
Ukraine.
Yeah.
Now, if you are representing America, right, and you go to that committee room, and instead of supporting Ukraine like it is
Mhm.
globally
Mhm.
in reality, and you go there to support Russia, I mean, it's something that another delegate could question, because in reality, America is not supporting Russia for the war between them and Ukraine.
Mhm.
They are supporting Ukraine,
Okay.
right? So on that topic, if you go to a committee and you see Liberia is against America in that committee, it raises question if that person actually represents Liberia,
Exactly.
because we know that Liberia is an ally to America.
Exactly.
So you don't go against your ally. Going against your ally raise questions. So at that point, if you cannot defend your true representation, so when you reach that point now, then people start telling you, say, oh, okay, you have to, okay, if you are a true representation of Liberia, then they start to ask you questions.
Yeah. You prompt
Who-
some.
who-
Be prompting some
Who is
questions.
the representative of district tech team?
Yeah.
Who is the foreign minister? Who is the deputy minister for this? Because they expect you as ambassador
Yeah.
or
Be fully
foreign
aware.
minister of that country. They expect you to know
Mhm.
hierarchies of the country,
Surely.
stakeholders within the country. So your position paper is that 1-page document. So before the conference, you present the position paper. We review the position paper, and then if there are mistakes, we help you. We help you get it right before the conference, because you can't have diplomats. You're inviting the UN, you're inviting other ambassadors, you're inviting lawmakers. I mean, those people come to the conference, and then they are seeing that the delegate of Liberia does not even know what he's saying or what she's saying.
Oh.
It raises questions, right? And I mean that will mean to the UN that in terms of our pre-conference training, we are not telling them the truth.
Yeah, you're telling the truth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So to make it real to them, like we said to them, we train you well before the conference. So that
How
when
long
you
does
come-
the training last?
we have different
phases?
different phases.
Yeah,
So the first phase is going to be this week, Thursday, and then the other one is going to be, because even those people coming from out of the country, we have our team there
Mhm.
that train them, and aside from the training our team do for them, ourselves will do training for them.
Yeah.
Because those people who are selected to train them, for me,
Mhm.
I've served as a delegate three, let's say, 4 different times.
Okay.
I serve as delegate. I serve as co-chairperson of the United Nations Security Council Committee. I serve as chairperson of the United Nations Human Rights Council. That way I stop for now. So,
Okay, I wanna
from
ask
there
you-
you are sent to
Yeah,
secretary,
yeah.
you are sent to vice
So-
president, and then
So,
president.
is it based upon your performance?
Yeah,
Your performance before you serve some strategic committee, like you mentioned about.
Yes.
Yeah.
To train people,
Yeah.
you should know why you're training them.
Yeah.
So if you are going to train somebody who is in the Security Council, you should have been you should be somebody who have participated in a
Having
conference
an experience.
and within the Security Council, so you understand how the Security Council works. Because the Security Council committee is completely different from the way other committees work. Because even their resolution cannot be voted upon.
Okay.
That's the UN procedure. We cannot bypass it. If you face our conference, all other resolutions are voted upon. The Security Council committee, before it even reaching the General Assembly, is already passed.
So, when is this other conference expected?
It's from the 19th to the 24th of August.
Where's the venue?
It's going to be at the Moreover City Hall and that of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs.
Minister of Foreign
Yeah,
Affairs.
we want to let me use the opportunity on
Yeah.
behalf of the team to thank the Deputy Minister for International Cooperation and Economic Integration, Dr. Yen.
Aliyu
He's-
Yan.
Yeah, he's been very helpful to us. If he
Mhm.
lacks here, he was the one who helped us in getting the city hall, because we were to use the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, but unfortunately the then former Minister of State, based on his death,
Mm.
we were not able to use that place
Okay.
because they were signing the book of condolence
Mm.
at the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. So he helped us to get the city hall, and then this year he's going to make sure that we have the city hall. He's already in conversation with those people. We're going to secure the place for the 19th to the 24th, and that of using the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, because the Foreign Service Institute, we want to use their classes for the community room pay, because when it comes to infrastructure,
Mhm.
like other countries we really don't have the infrastructure for motor UN here, so we struggle with that too.
Yeah, and that is one of the challenge.
We struggle.
We hope that you could work on it in a not too distant future.
Yeah, we're seeing how best we can work with the UN.
Okay.
We're seeing how best we can work with the UN. So even if it is a complex where you have area for motor UN, you have other spaces, like you will see the Pinsville Learning Center
Mhm.
where people normally use. If you have a space like that where you have the motor UN, like you will see the ECOSOC
Mhm.
of recent the Ministry of Youth and Sport and that of the President Advisory Council visited America and participated in the ECOSOC. If you look at that venue,
Mhm.
if you look at that space,
Yeah.
you know that it's a diplomatic space. And even though they are not career diplomats,
Mhm.
you see that space is for career diplomats,
Okay.
right? So like we don't have this kind of spaces. We visited Sierra Leone,
And that is a challenge.
that's a challenge. We visited Sierra Leone. We used the parliament, a very beautiful space. We used the parliament.
I
in
mean,
Sierra
you have a sampling of the diplomatic space as
yeah,
well.
we use the parliament, and then we use their own foreign service institute for the committee rooms. I mean, the Foreign Service Institute there is very beautiful.
Okay.
It's very
In Sierra Leone.
yeah, in Sierra Leone. It's on Tower Hill. It's very beautiful space. But for our space, we're going to use it, right? Maybe in the nearest future,
It will
advance-
improve upon it.
advancement is
Yeah,
going to
you're
come,
gonna
and
improve upon it.
it's going to be better. But at least we're going to use it for now and see how best we can move forward.
Modern year in Liberia, and we're talking about, we don't have time. I mean, we don't have time. Let me see if I can venture into open the lines and take 2 calls quickly, because time is certainly not in our favor. We have 2 minutes to be here. London will beg your indulgence for you to please announce the number.
0770 18 0770 18. We have Prince Gay. He's here talking about his upcoming programs and other associated activities of his organizations. 0770 18 is the number to call. 0770 18 is the number to call. and make your input on the program.
Yeah, you can go ahead and make your input. If you onto the lines lower to follow, we don't have time actually in our favor any longer. We don't have time in our favor. Is already on the dot. But do you have comments on the social media space on our page? You want to take some of the comments quickly, and then we come to to finally wrap it up because time is our critical enemy in the game.
Yeah, so we have Roosevelt W.M. Khan. He said, "Long live the student command, long live and powerful SGN spokesperson." We have Mountain Cloud Wallace Jr. He said, "EFFL gain a political." So I think most of them they are talking about
our previous guest.
yeah,
Okay,
our previous
so
guest.
okay. Thanks for coming. Finally, we look forward to see how the program runs and your own experience at the end of. This particular experience at the end of the program to have another time to maybe further elaborate further. Maybe we need to do more conversation around those kind of diplomatic sitting and orientation and all that.
Okay. Thank you so much, and I appreciate. This is my second time being interviewed by you.
Already?
Yeah, the first one was during my days at Linsu.
Oh,
I served as the speaker of Monsu.
Yeah.
And I was interviewed by you on Pana FM.
Oh,
exactly. This is my second time.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Oh, yeah. I can remember your face now. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you are
Thank
much. You have gotten much more bigger than that as well. Okay, folks. Thank you so much. Thank you, Kay. Thank you for coming. We look forward to have another time of our conversation. Lyndon, is there anything you want to say before we go? Where are we going for lunch today? Are you going to honor the cost of it as well?
Okay, so tomorrow is good to be here. It's always good to be here. Tomorrow we'll be back here, same time, same station. And thanks to Liberians who have been listening to us. On this note, this is how we choose to wind down the curtain on today's presentation.
Okay, folks. My name is Albert Cornelius Barkley. Thanks to you for your listening role and those of you who comment on our live Facebook screen. We'll be back tomorrow, guys, waiting for another fantabulous presentation. My name is Albert Cornelius Barkley. K. Leonard Tuba has been my co-producer. We'll be back on the front line tomorrow with something firing. Goodbye.
Echelon of power to the core.